Here we go.
Listen, man. Listen, man. Listen, man. Listen. We talking practice.
Hey, this is Matthew Harvey here on the 12 o'clock Siren, recording live at the 903 Broadband Studios at the Cowboy Corner on the southeast side of the downtown Leonard Square. On my left hand is James Tornillo Hartley.
What was that?
Tornillo.
Oh, okay. I'll take that. I don't know what it means.
Am I right?
Is that? Yeah, I mean,
Sure.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, I caught you off guard there.
You did.
The new album from the boys sitting next to us.
What? Oh, well, hold on.
And
Why
names?
don't you go ahead and introduce them, then we'll get into it.
Okay, we got Tony Kent and Jamey Gleaves here.
Yeah.
hello.
So,
Hola, folks. I was late on the button there. That just stopped it down, boy.
that's all
It's
right.
a big crowd, though.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Let's
Silence them.
let's talk about that new album. Where'd y'all record it at?
Tornillo.
Oh, well, so it's not just a clever name.
No, it's about an hour from El Paso?
Something like that.
Yeah, it's
I didn't time
a
it.
1,000-acre pecan farm.
Same place y'all did the last one, then,
yeah.
huh? So, because we had to talk about Jinx
Oh,
and
yeah.
Adobe Sessions and all that. Yeah, cool. What was that experience like? Was it good?
Yeah, we hadn't seen each other in a while. It was
Really?
coming off after 2020. Yeah, we recorded it January 2021, and we hadn't seen each other in a while, so it was just good to be working.
Yeah, man. Well, we were just talking about it outside. I think it was like 3 years ago almost, right? 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Is that right?
It seems like it was
Tony
yesterday,
to pull the
but-
mic closer.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's drummers, man.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, welcome back to the studios, folks, boys and girls here. Tony saw my name on the list out there at the Webb Hill this morning. And why is your mic not on? Am I not hearing it?
Check.
It's on.
It's
It's
on?
just not in my headphones. That's why.
Ah,
There you go.
it's coming through to mine.
No,
Yeah.
I had a button off. I was like, why am I not hearing Tony here? Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I got my stuff together now.
He
Yeah,
also
Tony-
played golf this morning, guys.
Yeah, it's been a long day. You guys were out on the golf course today. How'd y'all do?
You know,
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Good.
Always.
That's all that matters.
There
Yeah,
were
we got to talk about. We saw your name and it was like, well, I didn't know you'd come out here and play, so we got to play more often. We're out there whenever we can get out there. We 10 minutes from the course.
Yeah, we're out there at least twice a week. So.
If y'all don't know this, Webb Hill is a destination course.
whoa,
It is.
Whoa, we got to bleep that. That's a gem right there, man.
Man.
Yeah.
Gotta hide that one.
Don't tell anybody where it is.
Honestly, I think Webb Hill. What a friend of mine said, the bones are good, the skin's wrinkled. You know, I think it's a good, nice course. Honestly,
Yeah, and it's in better shape right now than I've seen it in
really.
years.
I need to get out there and play. I haven't played in 10 months.
I don't know any better, but that's what I heard as well.
Right.
There you go.
So
I just started about 10 months ago, so
Really?
yeah, maybe you should come back.
I will. I will make it a point to come back. We'll get out there and swing some sticks. What else has been up? Y'all coming out after COVID and everything picking back up? Is that you got some cool road stories? Had some good shows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird because you forget. Like, I mean, I'm sure everybody's in the same boat, but you know, with on the shutdown and everything, time seems to move differently.
Yeah.
So I lose track of time and what has actually happened, and you know,
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I know we did Red Rocks not too long ago,
Oh,
which was
that's
iconic
cool.
for all of us. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
Was that the first time doing Red Rocks?
Mhm.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah, we had offers to like open, but we wanted our first time to be there to be a headlining show, so we held out and it was
Worked
awesome.
out.
We sold it out, and
That's awesome, man.
I think we actually could have done 2 nights, but we had to go to Idaho or something. So.
Oh, cool. I have never been to Red Rocks. I want to go.
I'd never
Have
been.
y'all seen a band there? That was my
Nope.
nope.
I just watched the South Park 25 concert, but that was on TV. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was jealous. A buddy of mine went and saw Turnpike there back when they played, I don't know, 6 months ago or whatever it was.
So this might be an exclusive on the 12 o'clock.
Oh, look at us.
We kind of had an unspoken pact within the band to never, we weren't going to go watch a band there or open the show until we headlined it, right?
That's awesome.
So none of us had ever been there at this point, and we show up at the hotel the night before, and lo and behold, one of my favorite bands of all time was there the night before us. And I was like, man, I might have to catch an Uber up there catch this band because they're
on the low.
Yeah, I didn't tell anybody about it.
Yeah, you did, because I was pissed at you. I said, dude,
I
we've
may have
waited
told a
all
couple
this
people.
time, and you're literally got to go.
Well, in my defense, I walked in I put my hands up beside my eyes, wore blinders on the way in, so I didn't really check the place out. I was really just trying to go hang out with
So
the
who
band.
was it? Who was it that played?
It's a reggae band, stick figure in the movement.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they're cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's definitely an iconic thing, man. I would love to go see a show there. Back in the new metal days, I remember the Incubus live at Red Rocks. I was a big Incubus fan. So
Still big Incubus.
yeah,
fan.
I haven't listened to them in a while, but
I haven't either. But
but we remember them for what
I'm
they
going to
were.
make the pilgrimage for a 311 show there.
hey, that's
Nice.
cool, man.
Yeah.
They're probably doing it with like Slightly Stupid or something like that.
They usually do.
Yeah.
Pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's usually
I told
the
a
show.
joke on stage with Pepper in the middle of the Caribbean Sea,
Wait, on stage with Pepper?
the lead singer. Well, with
Okay.
all three of them.
You were on stage with him?
Yeah, it was a really funny situation.
His
Okay.
you
joke
wanna hear
wasn't.
it?
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
No, it actually
I'm
was
kidding,
it was a
I'm kidding.
fantastic joke.
I love Pepper. I'm
So
interested how you
yeah,
got it.
so 311 does the cruise, those
Yeah.
cruises. My wife and I went on a cruise. We've got been a couple of them. One of the ones we went on, Pepper, was the second headliner, or whatever, just under 311. And basically every day there's a bunch of different events that various bands will host, or a member will host. 311's members each host their own events on the cruise. Well, Pepper's event was bingo. I'm pretty sure it's bingo. And it was about like mid-afternoon on the cruise ship, like all day at sea. So everybody's lit up on this cruise.
It's kind of like golf at Webb Hill.
It's very similar. Yours truly included.
Yeah.
Well, Pepper was announcing the bingo balls, and the lady, God bless her, that worked for the cruise was trying to keep it under control, and the band wasn't having it. So they were just like, they took it over, and he was just like having fun, telling jokes, and he was like, "Oh, you want to tell a joke?" And he pulled this guy up, and he told a joke, and it was just terrible.
Mid bingo?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
how
it was
many people were
just
upset about this because
nobody
everybody takes
ev-
bingo
ev-
serious.
Everybody was having a great time. It was.
I mean, this
no-
isn't Choctaw, all right?
it was just wild bingo, midday on a cruise ship, a 311 cruise
Okay.
ship. So this guy gets up and tells a joke, and it's just terrible. And the lead singer of Pepper's like, "Oh, who can tell a joke?" And my wife's like, "My husband can." "He can." I'm like, "I can."
Yeah.
So I like she always says that I flew down there somehow, because I like scaled all the seats and like walked all over him and got up on stage, and he was like, "Oh, this guy wants to tell a joke." So I told a joke. I may or may not be able to tell it on here, but the punchline involves spitting out a beer, like just spitting it out as the punchline. And as I did that, the weirdest thing, the lead singer's right next to me with the microphone, and he spits out water at the same time I didn't know the joke, but he just happened to do that. And in the confusion, the punchline was lost. And he made me retell it. Well, you can't retell that after I've already, it was funny,
Yeah.
but it just didn't work out well. It was just the chances of him doing that, I don't know.
Did he just get it really fast and laugh and
I don't know if something off camera got him laughing or what,
Okay.
but it was anyway.
that's bad. So nobody laughed because they didn't get it.
People laughed
Oh.
because people did hear it, but it was just he kind of took away from my thunder, stole my thunder.
Are y'all familiar with the Kill Tony podcast?
No.
So Tony Hinchcliffe is a comedian, right? He's in the like Rogan circle.
Okay.
And he has a podcast where he goes around to comedy clubs and people can sign up to do a minute, right? They can be professional comics, they could be us, doesn't matter. And he reaches in, pulls out a name, he's like, "All right, you get your 60 seconds, come on up." So Matthew's a big fan of the podcast. I am too, but I watch it filtered through Matthew because I get like secondhand embarrassment really bad, And so when people get up there and just bomb. I just can't. It's too cringe for me. But we have always said we want to put together a minute and just go do it. But then it's scary because it's there for posterity. It's on the YouTube, man.
Yeah.
You know, so that's probably something y'all know about, right? Being filmed all the time.
Secondhand embarrassment, yeah.
Or just being filmed and like, oh man, maybe that wasn't the best thing to do on stage or whatever.
Well, it's funny.
Keep
'cause
going.
We used to, like, when I first started playing with whiskey, I would every single time I would get home, I would watch the newest uploads of like videos and stuff. And now I can't
do it.
bear to watch
From
anything.
Fans.
Yeah. Or just like anything. I don't want to watch it.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch
Out of
us.
curiosity, what's the best way to find that? Like, how would you filter that? Like YouTube, most recent
YouTube.
upload, Whiskey
YouTube
Meyer,
or- yeah.
basically
Mm-hmm.
search.
Yeah, they would do like the recent uploads and
I'm just
and
going to
watch
start
them.
sending them to you. We'll just randomly text you.
It'll go unread.
We're trying to feel better about ourselves.
Yeah. Man, yeah.
So, what was the secondhand embarrassment moment that you just?
No, nothing. It's just you think about like I'm always everybody's their own worst critic, right? And like I hate watching myself. I hate I don't like. I'm hard on myself, to say that much. So I feel like if I mess up, it's everybody else's mess up too. You know what I mean? That would be their secondhand embarrassment for my
Dude,
mistake.
I feel like I should apologize to our listeners for my voice. Like I can't even listen to the episodes because I'm like, I just can't. I'm sorry. Do I sound like this in real life? You know?
Oh,
Yeah, it
it's
sounds
awful.
different in my head. Like,
That's why it's been 3 years since they've come back.
Well, yeah, I think.
yeah, because we don't want to hear ourselves.
I know. I've got to edit this crap too. Like I've got to listen to myself too,
he's always listening.
like over and over.
Yeah, well, you do that now because I feel like last time we
No,
did it.
I don't.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we don't really edit.
Oh, this
Except
is
for
behind the scenes stuff.
the last interview I did, I cut off the record like mid interview, like just I was dusting or something and hit record. I was like, oh my god.
That was how good the podcast was. He was dusting
Yeah, I was
in the middle of
dusting.
it. No, and it was a real
terrific podcast.
It was a terrific podcast. It was a band that we all loved. Jim was here for it, and we all loved when we were like 19, 20, 21. And it was one of their roadies. And Jim had met him randomly, and it's kind of sparked a chain of events that allowed like those two to kind of follow him on tour, and then us to get on guest lists when they came back through Dallas. And so we're just having this fantastic podcast, and Matthew's over there going, like he just like like a chimp on the computer.
just killed the momentum.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was a good podcast though. It was
American Head Charge. You ever heard of them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we talked about that last time, maybe.
we may have.
man. It was,
Yeah, it was their roadie. It was pretty cool just to reconnect
Was that the
with the dude.
one where like you met him like randomly at like a Best Buy? Or
Yep.
something?
Yep. Dang, good memory.
that is a
Dude,
good memory.
He has the most insane memory I've ever
Wow.
seen of anybody in my life. He'll tell you
pretty
the
good, too.
exact day and year of specific. He'll tell you what he was wearing that day too.
That's pretty good.
I mean, you could quiz him on some stuff.
I woke up at 5:02 a.m. this morning. I know the exact time.
I do too because I woke up before you.
Yeah.
I
Probably woke up at 4:58.
What was even wild about that podcast was it was on a Tuesday, and it was 21 years to the day
Oh wow.
that we had, because it was right before 9/11.
Yeah.
We met him. So it's like it was like September 1st
the week
or
before.
something.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Good times. Where you guys?
strange things afoot.
Where you guys coming out of? How long you been off? What's the schedule been like?
Man, we've had at least 2 weeks off, and that seems like a year to me right now.
Yeah.
Really?
But-
the last show was with the Black Crows.
Yeah.
Oh yes, yeah. I saw you post about it. You're a big Black Crowes fan, right? Jamie.
It was the first album I ever had. Yes, big Black Crowes fan.
Yeah. And they did an album tour, right?
Yeah, they toured "Shake Your Moneymaker," which I've only seen them one other time, and when I saw them, they didn't play. They played like 2 songs I knew, which was crazy because I thought I knew every Black Crowes song.
Right.
And then this show that we recently played with them, they just did their whole first album and then a couple of extra hits, but it was.
Dude, that's awesome.
It was phenomenal. They kicked it. I mean, they're awesome.
We played terrible.
They kicked our. They're so good.
Yeah.
They're just so good.
Where was that at?
Somewhere.
Is that a casino?
Miami, Oklahoma.
Oh, is that how you say it?
It's spelled Miami, but
Yeah.
I think it's pronounced.
People get all offended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Oklahoma.
Is it a casino?
So let me ask y'all, as musicians now who have several albums under your belt, how do you feel about some of the like some of the nostalgic acts that, they really hadn't put out anything super, I don't want to poop on anybody's music, but super relevant, right? And then you go to a show and they don't play any of the stuff that people really want to see. And like, on one hand, I feel sorry for them, or I feel empathy for them because they're creative and they want to get their music out there, but that music that they're doing now is not what got them the record deal.
Exactly. That's a tough one because as a fan,
Yeah.
I want to hear the hits.
Yeah.
As a musician,
Yeah.
I want to play the new stuff because you get tired of playing the old stuff.
Absolutely.
But it's like we went and saw Alan Jackson last Saturday, and he's playing all the hits. And then he's like, I'm going to play you a new one now. And it's like, really?
Yeah.
But it was actually a really good song.
I'm okay with that.
Right.
Like, throw out a new one or two, but like my wife is a huge Third Eye Blind fan. She went and saw them the other day, and she was like, they didn't play anything. Like, they didn't play anything that I
you
knew.
go to hear all the hits.
She goes,
And I was
apparently
like,
they have like 28 albums that I have no idea about.
They've done it out at Sonic Ranch where we've
Really?
done the last two. I think they've done their last couple there.
Charles, our engineer, I believe, works with Third Eye Blind.
Yeah.
Well, I said my wife's a big fan. Like, I don't like them. I do like them, but I would have been a little upset because I promise you I'm probably not into their new stuff. I don't know anything about it.
I want to hear the stuff from '97.
I want to hear that song Jim Carrey played on the movie or whatever, like.
Yeah, it is tough. That's a really good question though, because I guess it depends on the band. Like you mentioned, we were talking about Incubus, I guess, before we started recording, and like Incubus is one of those bands that I like something from all of their albums, and I could find something at one of their shows. They're gonna play some stuff I like. Yeah. But there are other bands.
I want an album tour from them though.
Yeah,
like a Science album tour.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
If you do that, you could sell out. They could sell out probably small places.
What was
I don't know if they.
What was their main, the one that broke them?
I feel like Make Yourself, the album.
Like, I would probably go watch that too. That was a good album, I thought. But
The
Science
single
for sure.
"Make Yourself" would have been their. It would have been their single, right?
I would have said that was a breakout hit. That was like their MTV video.
And then Drive.
Yeah.
And they had like Stellar and all that on that album. It was a good album.
That was a solid album.
It was definitely a little lighter hitting than like Science or Fungus Among Us or whatever.
Well, they're one of those bands that every single album that came out was a little different than the other one.
Yeah. For
which
sure.
I appreciate.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just want the first album.
Yeah,
I
and
don't know.
sometimes you get a Lutalica album, like the Lulu or whatever that
Their
was.
groovy little DJ tracks were awesome too.
What is it?
The bassy DJ, Kilmore?
Yeah.
Is that who
Kilmore.
it was? It's
Yeah.
Kilmore.
What is Lulu?
Battlestar Scratch-tacular.
Well, Metallica did an album with now what's the guy? The original, like he would talk punk. Lou Reed. Lou Reed.
Okay.
Oh,
And it was garbage. It was an absolute trash album. And
I like both of the. I like Lou Reed and I like Metallica.
they
but
don't do well together. No, like I'd rather listen to Saint Anger than that, and that was awful.
rather watch them in therapy.
Yeah, I'd rather watch that some kind of monster for the fifth time or whatever, I was a huge Metallica fan. Huge, right? That's how I learned to play guitar, playing all that. And, I graduated boot camp. My first album I bought after boot camp was Saint Anger. And I listened to it on the way to my technical training on the bus in a Discman. And I was like, no, this is garbage. And I put it in my CD my big binder of CDs, and never listened to it again. But oddly, it holds up now. I went back and listened to it the other day, and it was a little underappreciated, I think.
I agree.
Yeah.
If you listen to anything long enough, you find something you like.
Yeah.
But it was the same for me too.
It was a departure. They tried to go the no solos and kind of new metal route a little bit.
I think they tried to self-produce that album.
Yeah. Well, they got rid of Bob Rock. Yeah. So it wasn't.
I like Bob Rock.
I did too. Well, I mean, he was mega Metallica maker.
Yeah.
Like he was the death of metal Metallica and the birth of radio friendly Metallica. But I like all of that.
I
so,
do too.
Yeah, I'm a fan. Anyway, enough about mandatory Metallica on the Siren.
It is mandatory Metallica.
That's a throwback to the Eagle.
That is.
Yeah.
I wonder if they still do that.
I think they do actually.
Really?
Yeah.
11 o'clock? Used to be
Used to be
11
o'clock.
Yeah.
Wow, I hadn't thought about that in years.
Man, I used to love it, dude. I'd sit there with
9
my
o'clock cockfight on the edge.
Oh, dude, that was a good one too.
Was that local band? Or what was that? I forget. I remember the
Element
show.
80.
I remember them. They're local though, right?
Yeah, they're
from
in
North
Dallas.
Texas.
Let's go local bands.
Liquor
so
Stick.
Flicker Stick. That was
alright.
that was the VH1.
Bands on the Run.
Is
And then the Ozfest Battle of the Bands or whatever was Battle for Ozfest was
Drowning
A
Pool?
Dozen Furies.
Dozen Furies, yeah.
A Dozen Furies. That was after Drowning Pool.
Okay. Drowning
Um,
Pool's local though, right?
Yep, Drowning Pool's
Yeah.
local.
Is Toadies considered local?
Yeah, 100%. Also, Slow Roosevelt.
Yeah, they were great.
Yeah, I actually listened to them the other day.
Y'all remember a band called Stink Bug?
Dolly Braid.
I don't know.
Me and Jim saw them, and they were wild.
Really?
Yeah.
Back
It was
40.
at, it was one of the local shows from the Eagle did on Sunday nights.
Okay.
Some of the
Curtain Club, I think.
some of the bands, was it the Nixons?
Yeah.
They're from around here.
Yeah.
Yeah. My brother toured with the Nixons.
This is bad music
Sister.
fandom of me, but I always get the Nixons and Trippin' Daisy mixed up for some reason. Like I just kind of.
I think.
That Nixon's album was awesome,
Yeah,
by the way.
I guess I
I
don't,
don't know if y'all know it.
I don't.
Okay.
I mean, I know
I'm
the
on my own
single.
here. Yeah, it had a few really solid
Yeah.
tracks.
I know more like of the heavier scene, like Wilt. Remember the band
Yeah.
Wilt, the drummer with the fake leg?
Yep.
He'd always keep
What?
time on his prosthetic leg. He'd stick it up.
Wow.
Yeah. He was a heavy. There's a Greenville, Texas band, Dustborn. Jacob Ramsey.
Yeah,
Ramsey.
probably know that Jacob dude.
Wasn't
Sounds
there a
seen
big
him
Christian
around.
band out of Greenville too?
Mercy me.
Mercy Me, yeah. That's a
What
big
was
band.
it?
Mercy Me.
Oh, that's right. They were like stratospheric off that one song. you know?
Colin Ray.
Oh,
Give me some
dude.
Colin Ray.
Yeah. Colin Ray. That's a good
I'm down.
throwback. That's a 90s, like, wearing a polo and boots and jeans.
Yeah.
Country music right there. Yeah, who else? There's a lot of people. I mean, Don Henley's from North Texas, so,
Mhm.
you know.
Texas pumps them out, man.
Y'all ever get to see the Eagles? Have you ever seen the Eagles? I saw them
Haven't.
twice.
That was the last band I saw before COVID.
Really?
Was their Hotel
Vince-
California
with
album,
Vince Gill?
their album tour.
With Vince Gill?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
Glenn Fry died or whatever.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen them.
Yeah, I saw them at the American Airlines Center. They were the first act to open the American Airlines Center, and part of it was still like under hard hat conditions. You couldn't go.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that was Glenn Fry was still alive then. And then Jim and I drove to Shreveport to see him.
Really?
That's what I was like. I didn't realize you're that big of an Eagles
Yeah.
fan.
Yeah, I didn't either. I guess
Man.
I didn't realize it either.
I was like, I didn't. That's when I realized I didn't know my friends that well.
yeah, Matthew, I have something to tell you.
I'm
Eagles
gonna
fan.
drive to Shreveport for the Eagles.
I didn't
Yeah.
know the Eagles ever played Shreveport.
Yeah, they
Apparently
did.
so.
The Tandy Center.
The Alamo Dome.
It was the
Oh,
Tandy
no,
Center.
not Alamo Dome. What's that called? The bowl game they have out there. Independent-
Patriot Bowl.
Patriot Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's some bands on your list to see?
I think I've seen everybody I want to see.
Really?
No, that's not true. I don't know.
come on.
I don't
I'm
know.
sure there's.
I keep saying that I don't want to go. Like, I don't know. It's hard for me to like want to go to a show anymore unless I have like.
Getting old sucks, dude.
Yeah, I want to sit down, or if I can't sit down, I want to like have just. I want to be comfortable.
Yeah.
But that being said, this past month I went and saw the Toadies. I went and saw Robert Plant and Alison Krauss. Went and saw Korn,
Dude.
and then we saw.
How was the Corn show?
Dude, they killed it.
Did they?
Apparently, I guess they're a couple of the guys in the crew and in the band. They're fans of Whiskey Myers,
Oh.
and so they hooked me up with a couple passes. So we went. I was trying not to abuse that, so
Sure.
I stayed in the seats that they gave me, which were phenomenal
Yeah,
for most
okay.
of the show. And then it just eventually made our way backstage for the last few songs. I didn't want to go back there because I didn't want to push,
Yeah, push the boundary.
Yeah, but it was cool. No, they were awesome, man. They sounded so good. Yeah, it was. I know it's not for everybody, but they still hold up. Just killing it. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
Corn was great.
I was a big Corn fan back in the day.
Me too.
Well, they were playing at it's one of my bucket list venues. I never got to play. I think you've played.
I played it once.
It's called Dos Equis now, but I know it by Smirnoff. It's
Or Starplex,
Starplex,
yeah.
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 That was where they were at, and so I've never actually played that
So
stage. But
was it anything before Starplex, or are we just the Starplex?
Coca-Cola
generation?
Starplex was it was something, I'm sure.
I don't even know when it was made.
I
I've
don't-
just
yeah.
always known it as Coca-Cola Starplex.
Yeah.
I think that's the oldest name I've heard, so we're gonna go with that's what it was.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
We're all on the same
No
page.
idea.
Yeah. It was Starplex, then Smirnoff.
Jexa.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And there's like another one back in the mid 2000s or something.
Second time I mentioned it tonight, but I'm taking my children to see Slipknot there next week.
Oh.
They're huge metalheads. And
Our drummer went and saw Slipknot there like last time they were in town.
we saw them in 2019 there, and it was a
I
phenomenal
think
show.
y'all were probably at the same show.
We probably were. It was really good. It was right after their newest album at the time, "We Are Not Your Kind," and man, I still like it.
I hear they have their live show dialed in.
It is. It's very production. You know, it's a big stage, and
Well, it's a show.
it's a show.
It's supposed to be
First time I saw them
costumes.
was with Mudvayne opening at Bronco Bowl.
Yep.
Oh,
in
wow.
like 99, 2000 must have been.
We were talking about Bronco Bowl recently, weren't we?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
One of my
I remember why.
favorite venues, man.
There's a lot of
It's not there
Bronco
anymore.
Bowl on our last podcast.
Yeah.
We met that band there a lot at
Yeah,
Canyon,
Canyon
Club.
Club.
And
Yeah.
Hey, those
That
are
was a
some
cool little
old
venue.
places.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. We put the miles
yeah,
on it down there. Like
dedicated.
there was kind of a little what would you call it? Like a path. We would hit like Canyon Club, Bronco Bowl, and like trees and the Gypsy Tea Room, and where did we see Mudvayne with Tyler Malmgren? Deep Ellum Live, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I never got to go to Deep Elm Live.
It was good. It was good. It's
that was
big.
a sweet venue.
Yeah.
That was a really cool venue.
You remember DreamWorks Music Theater in Grand Prairie?
Mm-hmm.
So when Jim and I were playing, we played there, and there was like 7 people at the show, and it's massive. It is like the biggest venue that we had ever played, and there's like 7 people standing there drinking beer and smoking Marlboro Reds.
I'm
you know?
one.
Yeah, and he was one of them, and it's like girlfriends. And
Then
stuff.
the other guy that helped lug
yeah,
drums in or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
You know?
Our bassist didn't show up, so we played without a
You
bassist.
know the deal.
Oh, wow.
God.
Yeah. Yeah. He was like, "Sorry, man, I was on acid." I think that was literally what he said. "Sorry, man, I was on acid." I was like, "That's cool, Tony."
Forgot
His
the
name's
show.
Tony, actually. Tony
Well,
Orichiga. He's a phenomenal musician.
Giving us a bad rep.
Yeah.
That always feels
Tony's
terrible.
and bassist. You know? Come on.
That always feels bad. We play. I mean, it's not a big venue, but Tony and were you with us? Well, JDK whenever we played in Amarillo and there's
Golden Light.
Golden
Yeah.
Light. Yeah.
I don't know if I was there or not, but
Oh, there's a venue, Golden Light in Amarillo, that it's just a hole in the wall bar in Amarillo, Texas, which is well
pretty
known for
cool.
its music
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
There was nobody there. We played to the 2 bartenders.
Wow.
Wiggy played there one time and had like 2 people,
Yeah.
so it wasn't just us.
Yeah.
Hey, man, that's where you can work some kinks out of the set, you know?
Try,
Yeah,
try
but
your
if-
new stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
try the new stuff. That's where Third Eye Blind should play their new stuff.
Yeah.
What was that band that we liked back in that Funk Junkies?
Yeah.
Didn't you and Jim? I was at prom
Dude,
that
I
night.
actually sat on the beach with the lead singer of that band in Belize. Yeah.
Very.
Yeah, this is a great story on the cruise. It's a great cruise. The Funk Junkies lead singer, who they had a song in
Tony Hawk. right?
no. Chris Farley. Oh crap.
Black Sheep.
No, the other one.
Beverly
Tommy
Hills
Boy?
Ninja.
Tommy Boy.
Yeah, they had a song on the
Beverly Hills
Tommy Boy
Ninja.
soundtrack. So these guys, like, that's where they got they're out of Phoenix. What's his name? David Spade is from
Yeah.
Phoenix. I'm assuming
Oh, right
that's
on.
the connection. But this band was big in the early '90s, mid '90s, late '90s. They kind of in the Cottonmouth King era. They were on some of those tours.
Kind of
But this band
rap rock.
rocked it.
I'm down with Cotton Eye
This
Kings.
band rocked it like crazy and I saw them with 13 people. You on your prom night.
Yeah, I was supposed to go, but I was like, I got prom. I guess
Yeah,
I'll go.
I thought you were there late or something. Maybe not.
No,
But
I met up with y'all at Jim's after.
13 people at Treason. They played like there's a million. I mean, just insane set.
That's cool.
Anyway, the lead singer is now a DJ, and he does these cruises. So I ended up meeting a guy on another cruise that was best friends with him, and we end up going to their like cabana for the day when we got to Belize. Well, their cabana was right next to the 311 cabana. So like we're on the beach, like 311's right there doing their thing, and we're hanging out with these folks who we don't really know. We just know a friend of a friend of a friend. But anyway, it was a pretty cool
That's awesome.
cool deal.
Trees too, man. That was such a great.
I saw the Killers at Trees one time.
Oh, I bet that's a good show. Yeah. I have love-hate memories. Actually, one of them involves your brother, and it's a hate memory.
Yeah, I was about to say, do you love it or hate
Yeah,
it?
yeah. Dude, we were at the. We ran into him. Right, we didn't go there with him. We ran into John David, and we were watching.
Trees?
Yeah, Hank
Me?
3. It was me, you, and Jim, and Lucas maybe.
Okay.
And
I remember him going to see like That's been
I think it was Hank 3.
22 years ago or something.
Yeah, I think I was like 17 or 18. We were watching Hank 3 there, right? And there was this like, I want to say she was 26 or 7 year old, just beautiful blonde girl there, right? Gorgeous. And I'm all like awkward and nerdy and shy, but I kind of started talking to her and like, we're vibing, dude. Like
It was
vibing.
John David Kent.
No, yeah. And then he turns around and I'm like, man, your hair really is gorgeous, No.
Hey, JDK.
Yeah, but John was standing there too, and anyway, somebody called John, and he just like handed me his beer. He was like, "Hey, throw this away for me real quick." Well, John's my friend. I was like, "Yeah, man," but she was kind of like, and she just walked away from me after that, and I was like, "Dude." I guess like she thought I was his assistant or something, man. I need to tell him about that. I still have some resentment over it.
We interviewed John back in May.
Yeah,
I'd listen to
it was good. It was a fun time, man.
He was probably drinking a non-alcoholic.
It was a non-alcoholic because that was the time like he wasn't drinking at that time. It was like a non-alcoholic like O'Doul's or something. Yeah,
a buckler.
Yeah, something like that.
Where do you
green
find
bottle.
a buckler?
I bought buckler last week, actually.
Here?
No, in Florida.
What?
I can't remember who
I haven't
makes
seen
it.
buckler
It's
in a while.
It's too malty. The non-alcoholics are too malty for me.
Wow.
I'd rather just drink Coke or something.
I'd rather just drink a beer.
Yeah, just drink a beer. Yeah, but it was. I oftentimes think back to that and go, "Dang, man." That was a good show though. We saw Hank 3, and I don't remember who else was there, but Ghoul
So that was
Town maybe.
Trees.
That was Trees. Yeah,
You ever been to Trees?
I played trees.
Really?
Yeah, he's been to
Wow.
Trees.
I've never played Trees.
that's a one-upping story right there.
Oh, it was terrible. It was a battle of the bands. I was in high school. I was in like one of those. It was, I guess you would call it screamo.
Yeah,
Screamo
cool.
bands. So we were a little probably heavy. We weren't as emo as most of those bands were.
Sure.
But, you
Yeah.
know, anyway.
That's
look
funny.
cool?
No, I look like an idiot.
Did you
I'm
think
sure-
you looked cool at the time?
Oh, absolutely. I think I actually did that.
That must
move.
explain your black fingernail polish.
Actually, I don't have just so everybody knows I'm not wearing black fingernail polish. But at that show, I'm pretty sure I had black fingernail
Yeah.
polish on.
No-
No joke.
He'll explain it real quick.
Yeah, we say that because we almost verbatim had this conversation on the last podcast that happened an hour before y'all showed up.
About black
With
fingernail
a,
polish.
with a
And-
girl
and-
sitting right there.
And she was in a screamo band. She was a vocalist in a screamo
Yeah.
band back in the day. And one of our questions to her was, what did you think used to be cool but isn't now? And she was like, screamo bands, which I disagree.
Well,
But
you
I
know,
use the
find
same
some-
Yeah.
fingernail polish.
I
joke.
find some nostalgia in some of those bands.
I do
still
too.
hear, but I did have black fingernail polish on at that show at Trees. But
Dude, I've worn black fingernail polish. Wait,
I
They all
probably had eyeliner on, but I was wearing a polo and ripped jeans. So
very.
that was also the first time I had strap locks, and I threw my bass around my neck.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you do the
boy.
hair? Did you do the hair?
No, I just had long hair. Just
polo and ripped jeans. Very Pete Wentz of you.
Hey, that polo was out of character for me. It was.
Yeah.
I was the only kid not in a black T-shirt.
And
Gotcha.
now
Yeah.
you wear polos every day at the golf
I was
course.
about to say, what do you wear at the
yeah,
golf
dude,
course?
my polos are
Dude,
my
I'm a
we
fan.
talk about this all the time
I'm
because
wearing one
Jamey
right
was not a golfer or anything, and I asked him. I said, "What would you think if like your 2005 self saw you playing golf
Sell
with
out.
your
Right.
yeah with your head shaved and it's like, what are you doing?"
See, I'm
It's like you-
convinced they need a tank top with a collar.
Yeah.
I think it should be sold and accepted by all golf courses.
Absolutely.
I mean,
I'll
how
be
cool would
honest.
that, like a nice pressed collar.
I'm a little bit of a. I get a little bit of nostalgia for things, and I kind of miss the era where you like dressed up to play golf. Like now it's a little sporty, right? You'll wear a polo and like some athletic kind of pants, and everything's stretchy and like flex and this. I kind of miss the like Payne Stewart stuff.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. I think you should be able to wear whatever you want on a golf course.
Fair.
But I'm going to wear my nicest pair of pants.
Yep.
Tuck my polo in.
Yep.
And I'm gonna be presentable.
Absolutely.
It's like when we go out on days off on the road, we'll go play golf, and I mean I don't have long hair anymore, but everybody with long hair, they pull their hair up. Like we look awesome.
Like you're going to a job interview.
Yeah. It's like, but we still like the marshal will come out and like, who are these guys? 'Cause it just
Little you know, we're rock stars. We're just being on good behavior right now. That's funny.
Yeah,
Do y'all-
I don't like wearing shorts, and I like even in the hottest days of the summer, I'm wearing black pants.
I used to be that way. I've embraced the shorts in my
Yeah, I'm
older
shorts
years.
now.
Like it's not too long, probably till New Balance time. I don't know. I'm turning 39 next week.
I'm
Dude,
looking
got some
at
good stuff going on.
I'm
there.
looking at some Hokas.
Well,
Anybody?
Apparently,
I don't know what
apparently
that is.
those are the
They look
best
they look
ones.
squishy.
I
Is
wear
that shoes?
Hokas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I wear Hokas.
Eddie Vedder wears them now too.
Does he
Yeah.
really? Yeah, I'm a fan. They look weird,
I
but
need some black ones, just solid black, little white lettering.
I run trail races occasionally, or I participate in trail races occasionally, and that's my shoe of choice.
What are these shoes? These shoes are athletic shoes.
Yeah.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
just look really comfortable. Like Yeezys are too much. They look comfortable, but they're too much for me. The
couple of our guys-
Hokas kind of look like
Didn't your dad buy some Yeezys?
he got frauded out of
Yeah.
some Yeezys.
It's easy.
He got a
these
pair of
days,
size
apparently.
8 Yeezys in the mail and charged
Hey,
for like $250. Like somebody put it on a firm and somehow got to him, but they sent him the shoes.
I am a size 8. If you need some-
Okay.
But they're Yeezys though. That's the problem.
They're Gonzies now.
I'm gonna get me a pair of Yeezys
I think
just
I think he sold them on eBay.
because he frauded somebody else out.
But somebody took payments out on a pair of Yeezys. That's the
That's-
whole point of it. It was like an Affirm,
Yeah.
the financing thing.
Mm.
Interesting.
They took like $10 a month payments for shoes.
Jeez.
Imagine that.
Do you ever actually pay that off?
I would hope so.
Well, you
3
do-
years or so.
10
months.
What do you finance shoes for?
I actually paid. I used a firm one time, and it was to buy my Callaway Mavericks because it popped up like when I was on Callaway, and it was like use a firm 0% interest over 6 months, and I was like, well, I'll pay $45 a month, 0% interest instead of dropping this $800 or whatever it was. I don't know whatever the math works out to, but it's kind of like, yeah, I'll do that.
I've never even heard these words before.
Yeah,
Use a firm.
yeah,
I
it's
don't
just
know.
A firm is like they pitch it to small business. Like I sell a $175 product. You don't need to finance that.
but some people do.
But some people do, and it's kind of predatory,
Yeah.
in my
sounds like
in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah,
Depending
because-
on what you're selling. I mean, it can be used perfectly well. However, my dad's got a situation where he got scammed out of some Yeezys,
Yeah,
but they sent him
Gonzies.
to his house. So I'm not sure how good the scammers are.
yeah. In my
working
case,
with
it
a
wasn't.
firm.
It wasn't. I guess it was new at the time, and they must have been running a special because it was 0%. So I was like,
They're a legit company. They're
Yeah.
fine, but like not every company needs to be financing their stuff.
Yeah.
no, I made a joke
mean,
about it
that's
the
a
other day. I was looking
Kind of
at getting
integrity thing.
a new Garmin, and the new Garmin Phoenix 7's $1,000, and I told my wife, I was like, I guess I'm gonna have to do a firm or something, So
Is that a,
Yeah.
Is that a?
it's like a GPS watch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I use it
I'd
when
just say I don't need that.
I use it when I run really slow, and it shows me.
It's like you're running slow, man.
Yeah,
Pick up the pace.
I know.
I'll
Yeah.
follow you around for $1,000, man.
I'll,
You
I'll,
pay
I'll
me
drive behind you.
yeah.
Yeah. I do them 4 a.m. runs though.
Okay.
Yeah, I can stay connected to my iPhone while I'm driving behind you.
Yeah,
Just tell
that's
you.
I use
I can
my
turn
iPhone.
up the music loud. And
Yeah. Well, and I was mad because my Garmin Phoenix 6 I had for 3 years, and it went down hard, and I was like, I paid like $650 for it. I'm like, man, 3 years. I should get more than 3 years out of it.
You should.
You know.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
For show.
maybe it just didn't get used enough. It was like I'm giving up. Yeah.
Software's out of date
That's it.
or not updated.
Oh, what are y'all pointing at?
Oh, a gnome?
Yes.
Ah,
Oh yeah.
Jamie doesn't like
Oh, you should go in the
gnomes.
bathroom. Oh, you don't?
No.
Don't go in the bathroom. Then. Do not go in the bathroom.
Wait, do you remember we were watching that documentary about gnomes?
There's a documentary about gnomes.
Oh man, it's not just about gnomes. It's like
It's
those
at the
things
end
are
of
real,
Netflix.
Man. Those things are real. I don't care what anybody says.
I'm on to you.
It's real. Yeah, there is a documentary. There's a, in like I think it's about Iceland or
Yeah,
Iceland. The government of Iceland, they believe, they actually confer with like shamans or whatever it is.
Like the government does.
The government, they like to build roads. They have to confer with these people who are the mediums, essentially, who talk
Sure.
to these people who talk.
How do you
to,
get that job?
Talk to them exactly right. But well, the people they would try to build
Be a good
roads.
salesman.
They would try to build roads, and their machines would break down like constantly, trying to break through certain rocks and stuff.
Go
like that.
appease the
And
gods,
those,
huh?
Those things up there, man. Those things are real.
Yeah?
Yeah, we were watching this
These people,
documentary.
everybody thinks I'm crazy.
And it was we had gotten to the bus early. Like we had bus call at probably 5 a.m. We got there like midnight, and we were listening to a podcast about it. We're like, hey, let's watch a documentary, and we're the only ones on the bus, and
Yeah, I wouldn't have been
This-
on that bus either.
well, this scene popped up, and like their subs under the seats on the couches, and it was like the loudest thing I've ever heard.
Well, first of all, we were already spooked out. We were already spooked, right? So we've already been listening to podcasts and watching shit about them. We were already spooked out. We started watching this documentary, and this loud boom comes from these subs. It's like a certain frequency. The speakers aren't very good, but a certain frequency hits, and this boom hits underneath us. If I was standing up, I would have jumped out of my shoes. I've seen that happen one time in my life, where somebody actually jumps out of their shoes. It would have happened again that night.
I love seeing people get scared.
And we just laughed for like 10 minutes straight. Just like, we both saw each other's reactions.
Yeah.
So gnomes originate from Iceland? Is that what you're suggesting?
No,
we'll have to go to the expert on this.
No, I'm not the expert. I'm just the guy that believes.
I used to go to, once again, Ross Dress for Less. That was the last episode.
It sure was.
That's where I bought my golf shoes.
I still buy stuff.
I love Ross Dress for Less.
Ross is awesome.
And one reason I love it so much is you could always go down like the knick-knack aisle and find a gnome.
Wait, are they sponsoring this episode?
No, we talked about them last episode too.
It's weird.
But yeah, they always had like a porcelain gnome on the just knick-knack aisle. And I'd usually pick it up. It'd be like $6 or something.
I'm curious about the bathroom now, because you said told Jamey.
Yeah,
not
there
to go
are
in the
a few
bathroom,
gnomes in the bathroom.
Yeah, it's all good. I don't. Statues aren't a thing.
I have another bathroom with no gnomes.
I won't go down the rabbit hole, but I do believe those are. It's a other dimensional creature.
Problematic.
They exist. There's folklore. There's true history behind them. Just like the giants, the little people.
Dimensional.
Same thing.
Dimensional.
Fairies, gnomes, fairy folk, puck wedgies.
I thought they were all in the same category.
Whoa.
They are. This is people call them different things from the different cultures. So there's I think the first story I read about them was from the Pacific Northwest Native Americans. They were called
Does this relate to the image that people see in psychedelic experiences?
And
like DMT
that's
style?
related. It's related
because there's like some sort of image that a lot of people report seeing.
It opens up doorways, which I don't agree with.
What about Snow White?
It's
Seven Dwarfs.
Wait,
I don't know, man.
Pointing at things now.
No. I mean,
That's true.
Like the
Snow White and
DMT.
the Seven Dwarfs. They look just like the gnome.
Yeah, it's just, yeah.
The DMT experience is interesting to me because of the consistency of the experience across a wide group of people. There's a part of me that's kind of interested.
So I hate to speak. I'm not going to sit here and Google stuff. I think that's lame.
Sure.
But I've heard of a lot of stories. There's these these specific scientists who are studying the phenomenon of like alien abduction and DMT, like spiritual experiences, stuff like that.
Right.
And these were like hardcore atheists. They didn't believe in God and any of this stuff. And the more like people they talked to, the more they started kind of formulating, hey, this stuff is real, and you probably shouldn't be messing with it. And actually, there's one good answer for all of it, and they actually went to the more spiritual route versus, and that's another 3, 4, 5 hour long podcast if you want to get into it at some point. But it's
Rogan.
cool.
Rogan was an atheist, and after a DMT experience, he's like, there's something out there.
Man, it's hard to deny.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought you were pointing out my Pee Wee Herman pennant.
See
up there.
I just noticed that. I thought he was pointing out the
Three Amigos hat.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, that's Pee Wee as the bellhop, right?
Yeah.
You ever watch the Skinwalker Ranch stuff?
No, I'm a little. Anything that's like mainstream media, I watch with very.
Of course.
As everybody should.
But the Skinwalker Ranch was
stuff.
a thing before it was sensationalized in the media.
Right.
Like in high school, I came across a book about it or an article or something on like AOL, and Jim actually and I started talking about it years ago in like the 90s, and it was like weird phenomenon out there.
And there's places in Texas, Enchanted Rock is kind of like, y'all know of Enchanted Rock in Fredericksburg.
Oh yeah, yep. Sure, yeah.
It's this gigantic granite underground mountain.
Yeah.
Essentially, but
Pink granite.
The top of it's poking out, and people go visit it still to this day.
Yep.
But there are stories about that place where, I'm not gonna sit here and lie about it, but there's a lot of phenomenon tied.
Sure.
tied
Marfa
to that.
Lights.
Marfa Lights, yeah.
No. You ever been out
Yes.
to Marfa?
I've been through it and I've not seen
It's
or
cool.
experienced it.
You
I
just
love
stopped
Marfa.
at the Prada store, right?
Yeah.
No, I haven't even done that.
It's
I've been to not Terlingua. I've been through Terlingua, but Lajitas. a couple
Oh,
times.
Lajitas is awesome. I'm a big fan.
I've enjoyed that area.
Yeah.
well, nature's got a lot of stuff to. We kind of close our eyes to that.
Yeah, well, a lot of people think too, oh, that's like mystical or it's this, or it could just be nature, and we don't understand some things,
We don't
Like,
understand a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
I don't
Sure.
understand most.
I don't understand.
Most
I don't
things.
understand.
I'm with
this
Tony.
Phone right here. I don't
Right.
know how this thing works.
that's
yeah.
like magic. Could you imagine going back 100
It's
years and
reading
showing
you
somebody
right
that?
now.
I think about that all the
Yeah.
time. Could you imagine going back like to the Middle Ages and be like, look, I have a car and this phone
Yeah.
and a gun, and it's
How
like,
could you even
I'm going to
explain
talk
it to
to
them?
somebody on the other side of the world while driving 60 miles an hour down the road to somebody
Yeah.
50 miles away.
he's a witch.
Yeah,
Burn him.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
Well, I mean, I saw something somewhere where they said if you go back to like the 1950s
Yeah.
and you try to explain the internet, there's like 150 points of connection you have to make so they could understand the concept.
Hey,
That's-
I
you
think I saw
Ooh,
that
that's
same thing.
interesting.
Yeah. Like, just,
That's-
could you imagine? you know?
Points of yeah, that's
Or you're trying to explain your iPhone or your
Yeah.
smartphone. Or,
Did you ever see I'm not a big Jimmy Kimmel fan, but Jimmy Kimmel episode when
That's man show, Jimmy Kimmel.
that was okay. But the Jimmy Kimmel episode when Doc and Marty McFly,
yeah.
and they're like, "What is this?" And he was like, "Well, he explained the iPhone," and he was like, "Oh, are you using it for equations?" He's like, "No, I just look at videos." And Doc Brown was like, "What's Grinder?" I thought that was good. That's the only funny Jimmy Kimmel stuff there is on that show.
I like the mean tweets with like
Ah,
celebrities.
do too. That's good.
the
Mean tweets.
one where Larry David can't hold it together
Yeah.
because like
Yeah. When Larry David's laughing,
yeah
it's good.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm a fan.
yeah James and I have been on a big curb kick
I haven't
And-
watched it in a long time.
and Seinfeld like actually you've probably seen more than me at this point.
I hated it growing up.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I guess the humor makes sense to me now. The older you
Well,
get.
we're all getting that age, man.
Yeah.
Do you remember the episode where the valet had body odor? That's a
Seinfeld?
funny one, man.
I don't know if I saw that one.
Sounds funny.
It stinks up their car.
I keep trying to convince my wife to go back and watch Seinfeld, and she's not having it.
No.
It's still hard to watch because it's like New York
Yeah.
humor from the 90s.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, could you remake that now?
No, man.
No. Friends even. Friends is a little rough too, bro.
I watched Married with Children the other day, and I was like, they could not air this show
No.
anymore, man.
No. Or Roseanne.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, she got
canceled,
kicked off her own
yeah.
show.
Yeah, no doubt.
Not only kicked off, I think they killed her off in the show.
Yeah.
Like she can't come back.
No, they changed the name of the show.
From pain pills, which she was having an issue with pills in her personal life.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Like
Yeah,
on top of
so
that.
Yeah,
that's
like-
was that the reason? Like,
I think it was a
everything
pain
got so
pill death.
political. It was,
Well, I mean, she made a crappy political statement against, something you couldn't say or whatever, so she got quote unquote canceled. But she was having a pill problem. She had been up.
She was on Ambien.
Yeah.
A lot.
oh
and-
God,
and-
I'm
and-
sorry.
and-
They were
and-
prescribed to me by my doctor.
And ill
Yeah.
tweeting, she was tweeting on Ambien was her whole
Yeah.
thing.
well,
That's my new band's name.
Tweeting
that's
on
actually
Ambien,
really
yeah.
good. That's not bad, man.
Yeah.
First song's Roseanne.
Yeah.
No, you guys are onto something here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next song is Dan Connor.
Yeah. we have to be on Ambien when we write the music though.
It's like gardening on salvia.
It's the new generation Pink Floyd.
Yeah. Oh, that if you could play a chord on a guitar on salvia, I'll be impressed.
That's funny.
Is there any comedy that could be really done? What's the last great comedy movie to come out, you think?
Comedy movie.
Tropic Thunder,
I'm
I
not
think.
one to ask on that.
Yeah, I don't keep up with.
The last one I really, really loved, and I think I saw it twice in theaters, was super bad.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
agree
you
with
couldn't
that.
make that.
I'll
You couldn't
agree
make
with
that
that.
today.
Yeah.
Superbad was
Yeah.
pretty
The
bad.
Hangover?
Hangover, the
People-
first Hangover was great.
Yeah, I never saw it in theaters, but I just remember people freaking out. Like, you gotta go see
Yeah.
this. And,
First Hangover was solid.
was-
The other two were, cashing in on it. but,
yeah.
I mean, they were funny.
I don't even
but-
know if I saw the third one, but
Yeah, it was trash. Second one was okay. Tropic Thunder, I think, for me, like that was the last thing I laughed out loud at.
You can't make that today.
No,
Have y'all seen any of the new Beavis and Buttheads?
Oh,
So this is like the third iteration of them, right? So they came back about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Again.
for like 2 episodes.
Yeah, and
it
those
was
were hilarious.
Great.
Yeah, I haven't seen the newest ones yet, but those 2 episodes, Denizen of the Night. You know,
There is one episode I was laying in my bunk on the bus, and I was literally. I don't say this like I'm not joking here. I was in tears. I was crying. I was laughing so hard I was crying, and nobody was around. I was trying to be quiet because I didn't know if anybody else was asleep, but I was laughing so hard I was crying and I couldn't breathe. It's not all. It doesn't all hit that hard.
right.
Yeah,
But
like that
it's-
one with the dumpster fire was kind of.
It's yeah. There's a lot of I could go without that, but they do. So if you remember, they did music videos.
Yep.
Now they also watch along with music videos. They watch viral videos.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
like
a little
they
talk
just,
soupish or whatever.
They kind of
Tosh.0.
watch-
Update the content.
they'll find a YouTube video and just dig on that.
Makes sense.
But it's funny. They do. Yeah. I did the specific one I'm talking about is this ASMR. Whatever.
I don't get it.
No, nobody does. It's really awkward.
Yeah.
It's really awkward. So they start playing it on the show, and it's really awkward even to start watching it. But the way the Beavis and Butthead interact
Yeah.
with it, it's
Yeah.
Are they on Paramount?
yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
Oh,
I
I've
think
got Paramount.
they're putting those episodes on YouTube.
Oh, really?
That's how most of us watched the first couple episodes, which is crazy.
Jamie and I started watching. We just got The Real World, our Paramount, and we started watching The Real World again.
So I was a big Real World fan back in the day.
Like from beginning?
We
Yeah.
started at
Yeah,
the beginning. It was
but
terrible.
there wasn't enough drama, so we had to skip ahead.
Oh, really?
They hadn't figured out the formula
So
yet.
it was more realistic.
Actually, it
Yeah.
was
It
exactly.
was so boring. It was like a bunch of people watching Netflix.
Yeah, yeah. It's that's Theo Vaughn came from Road Rules.
Yeah.
Theo Vaughn was on Road Rules, first or second season of Road
Oh,
Rules. Yeah, yeah, and
Okay.
he was hilarious.
Yeah, I
then.
bet.
Yeah, I'm a Theo Vaughn fan. I think he's funny.
Our I think the reason I got on I've always hated reality TV, but we got on this kick because one of the podcasts we
You
listen
gotta say this
to.
out loud.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got to now.
They were talking about the show Daisy of Love.
Yeah, Daisy
Daisy
Fuentes.
Fuentes.
Yeah,
Okay, so she was like a runner-up.
She was so hot.
yes,
Yeah.
she was.
Oh,
Maybe we
really?
need to go back and look.
Really?
She was when I
I'm
was
saying back
16.
then.
Okay, yeah, back then.
I don't know.
right,
I
yeah,
haven't
maybe.
seen her in years.
It just all going back and watching it all seems so fake, But
Yeah.
like watching, she was like a runner-up on Rock of Love, right? So she didn't even win the show, but she somehow got her own show.
Right.
And it was so entertaining watching the 20 guys to compete for one girl's affection.
Yeah.
We finished the whole season and like we were rooting on people that we would have never in our lives dreamed. Like, wait, this guy is like straight out of Jersey Shore, but he's like the guy I'm pulling for. It's like,
Yeah.
come on. So we finished the series, and somehow I got addicted to reality TV at this point. I'm at 34 at this point in my life, and I've always hated reality TV. But
Yep.
now Daisy of Love roped me in.
Yeah.
So now I want to watch Rock of Love. We tried to watch Rock of
Yeah,
Love. It didn't work out.
yeah.
20 girls for one guy is not the same. And then
Not the same energy.
started kind of watching Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders a little bit.
Okay,
That's
y'all
nice.
are going deep cuts
Yeah.
then.
Real World. We went on the Real World thing. I'm trying to find a good reality show now. I think it's funny. A lot of people watch The Bachelor, Bachelorette, and like have pots like beds on everything, which is kind of entertaining because it's
My,
real.
uh,
I
real
think
bad.
Bachelor needs Bachelor bingo. Bachelor phrase bingo. And I'll give you some phrases. I'm just so in my head.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's it.
All right,
that's gonna be a
that's
centerpiece.
spot. That's a spot.
centerpiece.
Or it's so hard. Every time my wife turns it on, I'm like, it's so hard.
I went through a phase. My wife went through a phase where she watched Bachelor and Bachelorette, and so like I'm just there with her. So
I do enjoy it though.
Yeah, do you? I don't know. Who's
I don't.
the guy? The host.
It's 2 girls right now.
I think
Oh.
we've all been so forced to enjoy
too-
it that we just
it's-
find little
yeah,
things that
It's
we
2
like.
chicks.
Yeah.
Brian Johnson was talking about 90 Day Fiance. He's like, and Honey Boo Boo. He's like, I can't stop. I hate it, but I can't stop watching.
Look at the fat little
90
redneck.
I've sat through a bunch of 90 days, and I mean, it's entertaining.
I played golf with a guy that was he was on Love Is Blind or whatever on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got paired with a random dude, and he was like, "Yeah, actually," he goes, I can't say anything about it," but he goes, "If the season airs, which it will, because if once it airs, go to Vegas and bet on me marrying my wife because I married her." He's like, for real, I met her there, married her.
Oh.
Did you bet on her?
No, well, it hasn't aired yet.
Can I go to Vegas?
Well, off air, I'll tell you about it.
All right.
Hey, we're going in November.
We can edit this out, bro.
Yeah, I can get a. We don't have to post this.
But he
until-
he legit. It was just a random guy. He
Is
was
that
funny.
the one where they don't see each other and they talk to each
I've
other
never
through
watched
pods?
the show, but I think
My
that's
wife
the case.
watched that one too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a big one on Netflix recently. But it's the same thing.
Love
and-
is Blind. They don't see each other and then they have like verbal
Yes,
conversations
that's it.
through
Yeah.
a screen or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he met his wife on that show, and they're married and
What was his
currently in
name?
love. Yeah, now I can't. No,
Hit the mute button.
yeah,
Did he say his name?
no, I did not.
Okay.
VH1 Flavor of Love.
Veteran.
I watched that, dude. I was a fan, and that came from there was a VH1 reality show. I can't remember the name of it.
The Surreal Life?
The Surreal Life.
Yeah.
That's it. That was a pretty good one, dude.
What was his girlfriend? The old lady.
The chick from Rocky.
Bridget
Bridget Nielsen.
Nielsen.
Bridget
Yeah.
Nielsen?
I think, Brigitte.
Yeah, that was bizarre.
Yeah, that was very bizarre. Floofy. That's what she called him.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Surreal Life was cool, man. It
What
had
about-
like,
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say it had Dave Coulier, which I'm a fan of.
What
so.
about
yeah.
Real World Austin?
We haven't got there yet.
Yeah.
I loved it though.
Yeah.
I really liked that season.
That was
We were
that
going
had
down
the
there.
dude that looked
the
like
time.
Prince Harry.
Ooh.
There was
oh
an
yeah,
episode
his name's
about it.
Wes.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep. I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. He went on to do Real World Road Rules
That's
Challenge.
so hard to say.
Real World Road Rules Challenge.
I also watched those.
Me
Have
too.
have
I
they
was a
ever done a
fan.
challenge where you just say the name of the show?
That'd
That'd be harder than hanging from scaffolding, like over a body of water or something.
Dude,
with
you get
sharks.
invested in it, and it's like,
I don't,
gotta see what happens.
Yeah.
Real World Challenge.
yeah.
Shit.
I like when they get into fights over like just the dumbest stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like as a 39-year-old, if I were to go back and watch, I'd be like, dude, just walk away, bro. you know, like, just walk away.
All that
That doesn't make
crazy
for good
love,
TV,
It
man.
does not.
No.
The dudes were just like wanting to hang out more with each other than they even wanted Daisy.
Definitely a lot of like sexual tension between the dudes, you know, and they were all jacked on testosterone, you know, like obviously like steroided out.
I think the sad what people don't want to hear is 99% of those people are all trying to be actors.
Oh
You
yeah,
know, so they're all like actual like they're doing auditions for shows.
Yeah.
Like they want to be
My
on every
brother and I were auditioned for some sort of TV show in like, when was that? Like 2007 or 8. You remember
Yeah,
that?
vaguely? Yeah.
Some casting director found my YouTube and found some cool videos or something and liked them for whatever reason.
Really? Because I've been all over your YouTube and I haven't seen any cool videos.
I know. You're in most of them.
I know exactly.
But I think they were looking for, and I have no idea what it was, but I think they were looking for like redneck, just wild boys, basically.
Yeah.
We weren't quite that
Wild Boys,
redneck
that's on
enough
Paramount
or
now,
Wild
too.
Boys.
Oh, I did
but
like
they came
Wild
out-
Boys,
I
man.
like Wild Boys.
Yeah, I'm
They
a
ca-
Chris Pontius fan.
Oh, Wild Boys is fantastic.
Yeah.
Maybe better than Jackass.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's my
Everybody likes
13-year-old.
Geo.
I think I've
Yeah.
laughed probably harder at Wild Boys than
Yeah.
Jackass.
Which,
Steve,
which at the time, Jackass was like,
that was top notch.
yeah.
Steve-O sounds like a cigarette now. You know.
Steve-O's podcast is top
He
notch, though.
does,
Yeah.
dude.
It is great.
He does one from the road, right?
Yeah,
he
does a
travels
really-
in an
He
RV
does a
and-
really good job.
Yeah, he had one with the Stephanie Tanner from Full House when they talked about like addiction and recovery stuff. It was a pretty good podcast, but she messed with her hair so much that I don't pick up on stuff like this. So much it was like distracting.
She quoted this guy, this graffiti guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Well, that's a weird piece of information.
That is heard it here first. on
She
the
was
Siren.
talking about some sort of activist friend of hers, like some far left activist. And that's where I found out this hat that I've been wearing is like some super, like far lib,
yeah.
activist.
And you're like,
dude.
oh man.
He's a badass graffiti artist, but there's some stuff, and I don't think I'm not sure if he's affiliated, but he does stuff with it anyway.
Probably whoever
That's
pays.
probably why you've
He
been
gave
getting
me
all those weird
he
looks,
gave me a
right?
huge
Yeah.
sticker pack. I'll show you the sticker pack later. It's pretty cool.
Speaking of like reality TV, y'all said y'all watched Real World. Was the first one San Francisco? with Puck.
No, that was like
Seattle.
3 or 4.
The
think
first
Seattle.
one was New York.
Oh, was it?
Okay, yeah, because
I
they
think
did
so.
the return to New York. I actually like that one too.
Like recently, right? They did like the first season. Cast came back and did another
Oh,
season.
did they really?
I think recently they took the first season
Yeah,
cast.
they,
and
they,
did
they
another
took
one.
that girl from Alabama, and like you could tell how the producers
it
are
was-
trying to.
Yeah.
They didn't script it out as much as they started scripting it because this starts getting scripted. Every reality show.
Right,
scripted,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
so.
Yeah, see, I liked it back in the day, though. I was big.
Paris,
You heard it here first.
Vegas,
Yeah.
and
Austin was
Austin
cool.
were great.
There was one right after like the Iraq War kicked off. It was in Brooklyn, I think, and it had this dude named Chet on it, and he got to be real good friends with this Army vet. And I'll never forget they were talking about how like because Chet was this conservative Mormon guy, but he was very fashion forward, right? Like he took some risks, you know, and he was like, man, I just, you know, we feel like we're brothers. I took him out to my house and he was like, yeah, your dad like hugged me by and said, be safe before I went back to Iraq. And he looked at Chet and goes, Chet, don't be gay. It's like, well, you can't say that on air now.
No.
Yeah.
But we get it.
Well, we get it. It's
Yeah.
funny, you know.
Yeah.
He's fashion forward.
Yeah.
Get it, you know. Yeah, man. Wow, I did not expect to go down reality TV rabbit hole.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody's just so enthralled with what we're talking
No,
about.
dude. I'm telling you, dude. That's the power of podcasts. People are like, I'm going to go back and watch Real World now. You know?
Yeah.
They haven't stuck on
somebody
one
just-
topic for 5 minutes, but
If they made it that far, they just tuned out.
Yeah, because they're going to Paramount Plus, and
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
well, hey, that's why y'all need ads now, right?
I know. I know
Why are
it.
we talking about all these companies and now?
You're
Ross?
assuming people are listening to this.
Matthew and I said we need to use this building and make a really crappy version of like Cheers for YouTube.
Well, hey,
You know?
there's a spot for a camera right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
I bought my mattress because of a podcast ad. So.
Did you really?
Mhm.
Wow.
Casper.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a
like,
Casper. I love it,
Me too.
dude.
Well, hold up. Quit saying the name until we
yeah.
get the
That's right.
Link in the
Yeah,
comments.
Yeah, go to our Patreon. You'll
Yeah.
get the real name.
Do y'all watch a lot of or listen to a lot of podcasts?
I listen to Rogan and I listen to Andrew Huberman and Lex Friedman a lot.
I'll
So
have to check. Well, I've heard Rogan.
yeah, I'm a big Rogan fan.
Did
but-
you hear the one he did with the author Tom O'Neill
Probably.
about he wrote that book called Chaos about
Oh yeah.
Charles Manson and
Yeah.
so I bought the book after hearing.
Is it
like,
good?
Oh, it's great.
Really?
Because Rogan was just like going on and on about how great this book is, and so I had to get it, and
Yeah.
it's intriguing.
Yeah. I'll have to check that out.
I bought an audiobook too.
Matthew, what do you listen to?
Kill Tony every week, every Monday. That's my thing. The Joe Rogans, I'll comb through them. Steve-O, I try to keep up with.
Yeah.
He I found out kind of late, and I've been backlogging, just going through them.
I like the Tom Green podcast.
I didn't know
Yeah.
Tom had one.
I subscribe to it on YouTube because he blogs and he's in like a Sprinter van, like van life, and he just goes around and does cool stuff. And he seems like the nicest dude in the world.
Canadian.
Tom?
Yeah.
He pioneered podcasting.
He did?
actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like
So-
one of the.
That one dude they call the Podfather is the one that created the actual technology for podcasts. But Tom Green, after he lost his show,
He was like the first one to really.
yeah, I
do
mean, he had
it.
like servers in his house and was doing like an internet show before that was a thing.
Yeah, and that's like I think to me like it's so I don't really listen to music anymore. Like
Yeah.
on the road, all I do is listen to podcasts,
Yeah.
and it's like the reason before I had smartphones and podcasts or whatever, I would listen to just like sports radio. Like
Sure.
I wasn't even a sports fan, but I was like, well, they're talking all day, and
Yeah,
I,
it's
I would rather-
topical.
It's always something different,
Yeah.
or it's progressing to something else.
And you don't
know?
feel as lonely when you have people talking.
Well,
every
yeah,
time.
well, all of a sudden when you find a show,
Jesus.
find a show you like, you're
just
right,
went dark.
but you're absolutely right. Like you find a show you like, you feel like you're friends with them, and it's like, yeah, no, they're cool.
Yeah,
they know
Rogan's
me.
talked about that. Like he was like, being in this spot, there's a lot of people that feel like they know me.
Yeah.
Because
Well, Jamey met a couple dudes from a podcast we listened to recently in New Jersey, and like he even said, like,
Yeah.
we met the Rolling Stones, and that was fine. he got more starstruck meeting
Sure.
this guy for this podcast. you
Nobody
know?
in like it's hard. They're not even that big, but like to me, it was like
Yeah.
it was a big
Well, they
deal.
are
Find a lot of value in their content.
Well,
know?
they've essentially helped me through a lot of things. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like I was starstruck meeting this podcaster versus the Rolling Stones, which was like, oh no, these are my bros. You know,
Yeah.
these guys we know each other, but we didn't really. You know,
Right.
But yeah, meeting those guys, it was a big deal. I still don't know how to converse with them because I met them twice now, and they still don't. I don't know how to talk to them.
Were they like, well, oh, we have a fan that's starstruck by us, or
Well,
I
no,
mean, they're pretty big. Like,
I don't know how big they are, but now they have a ping pong table set up in their studio, and they're inviting listeners to come play. So I'm thinking about buying plane tickets just to go play ping pong with them.
that's cool.
I
Should.
yeah, I'm
We
thinking
should
about
go.
going to New York next month. So
Well, we should do that.
yeah.
You heard it here
I
first.
don't want to say I was starstruck, but 2 weeks ago I saw Hans Kim, a comedian.
Oh, I saw that on your Instagram.
Oh, dude. So this guy a year ago was living in his van in Austin, Texas, on the streets. Right. He had actually been on this Kill Tony podcast 2-3 years prior when their show was in L.A. at the Comedy Store, and so he got pulled out of the bucket in Austin when they moved the show here, as he was living in his van. Eventually made regular on the show. So he's been on there for about a year now. Opens the show, kills every week, like solid material. Now he's opening Dickey's Arena.
He's got an Amazon
Oh, wow. That's
for
special.
opening Dickey's Arena for Joe Rogan and Tony
That's
Hinchcliffe.
awesome.
Wow.
So like that's where
As
he's
a
at,
comedian?
flying private, eating steak on flights to Vegas, sitting front row at UFC, tailored suits, all this thing. Anyway, he was there 2 weeks ago in Plano, but I got to see because over the past year, every week he goes up and does a minute. Some of the stuff sticks to the wall, some of it doesn't. But I saw about an hour-long set of all the stuff that stuck to the wall. And it was really cool to see how he tailored it all together.
Yeah.
Worked in crowd work because he was in Plano, and he made, it's boring, white people, blah, blah, blah. But it was really cool to see.
That's awesome.
And I wasn't starstruck, but I got to talk to him and say, super cool to see how you wove all that in together.
Yeah.
And pick the good stuff. And I knew the good stuff. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, but I knew it from hearing it. When I heard him say it on the stage, I was like, oh, yeah. Like, this is a good bit, babe. Listen to this.
See, I think that's what I love the internet for, but I think it's for creative entertainers. It's a big thing that kind of hinders. I don't know if it hinders it or not, but we do. So as musicians or even comedians, like you can't have your stuff up on the YouTube because like now whenever. Yeah, on the YouTube. When people come out to the show, it's like they've already seen it because they've already been watching your YouTube stuff.
Right.
So it's like that the internet kind of killed the surprise and the mystery.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, well, it's good, so now you're going to buy the tickets.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
see, that's
exposure.
That's what sold me on Mudvayne. Just did a tour with Rob Zombie and Static X and a couple other bands. But Mudvayne's set list that they put together, that's what sold me on going to the show because I don't want to see a
New
bunch
stuff.
of fluff
Yeah.
and the new stuff.
Scream with me or whatever. that
You
terrible
haven't
song.
played in 16 years. I kind of want to see some of the old stuff, and that's what they had.
So Rogan has an interesting take on that, though, about the internet because it forces comedians to not be lazy. And, like, once your stuff goes out, now you have to come up with new stuff.
comedians
'cause
are
it's done.
different, and he makes that point a lot that nobody wants to come see the stuff. Your single, your hit, closer.
Right.
They want to hear something funny and new.
Right.
I mean,
You got to stay topical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bands
like-
have a song you play. That's what you want to hear.
That
is
is
that song.
the difference, yeah. I
You know,
guess.
you want to hear that. Those two closers, the opener and the one in the middle.
I don't understand. Like, I wish I could write a stand-up bit, but it's one thing, we talked about it earlier today. It's one thing to be funny in conversation with your bros. It's another to write a bit that a crowd can appreciate,
Yeah.
You got to be careful, too.
Yeah, oh yeah. You got to be
Well,
careful.
Don't
we went
look
to
through
our
my
first
notes
one
then.
last year, right?
What?
I'd never been to a comedy show before last year.
Oh, we went to go see Sal?
Yeah.
I highly suggest you go to Kill Tony on a Monday night in Austin, Texas, on 6th Street. If you ever happen to be in the Monday night, do it.
I've definitely gone to, like, comedy clubs But we went to a pretty big show last year during the Cowboys playoffs, I guess it was.
But no, it wasn't the playoffs, but it was it was.
Hans Kim was on Rogan yesterday.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
I actually got starstruck at the comedy show we went to. It was Sal Volcano from Impractical Jokers.
Yep.
He walked on stage, and we like our seats were like from here to there to like it was really good seats. He walked out, and I was like, "Oh my gosh,
Sal.
it's Sal."
Which one's Sal?
He's the one.
Dark, like
Yeah.
beard.
Yeah.
I saw him walk down Bourbon Street in high heels.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I
that
was
was
there.
on the
I was there.
Impractical Jokers
Oh, yeah?
episode.
You
I
were
was
actually
there. I was like 10 feet from him.
what?
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you
Me and
know
my wife
what
were.
was going on?
Yeah, I knew who he was.
Oh.
They're filming. I mean, they're like, get away, get away, get away. I was like, no, that's. You know,
Oh.
I wasn't a huge fan, but I knew who he was.
So I
But yeah.
guess we're big enough fans that Tony and I recorded a song specifically for Sal
That's cool.
as his walkout song for his because he's a stand-up comedian, so
Yeah.
he tours, and I cut together.
they do a cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were gonna try to go like last year or something, but
I'll go. I've never been on a cruise. So
I've never been on a cruise. I'm like,
Do a
I
music cruise. That's all I gotta say. Or
Yeah.
like something you're interested in. Highly suggest.
maybe
So
a
not
12 o'clock
music.
siren cruise.
I know. That'd be cool. Yeah, bands I pick.
Yeah.
I'll do that. Yeah, it sounds right up my alley.
Yeah.
I'm down.
So what was the deal with that scene on Bourbon Street? Because all I saw was him in high heels. I know nothing else.
I think there was like they did this like they call it the Wheel of Challenge or something like he landed on that was the challenge that he had to do.
Gotcha.
He had to wear high heels out.
That's
No.
funny. I never really followed up with where that scene, if it got taken or.
I'll
know,
try
if
to
it
find
went
it.
to
I'll
TV.
send you the
Yeah.
send you the thing.
That's funny. Yeah,
you might be in the background.
I may very well. I was from here to you.
If you
Looking at
didn't
him.
sign a release, you're probably blurred.
I'm probably not on it. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, those music cruises are where it's at as far as accessibility to people you're interested in talking to, seeing, and maybe learning more about or not.
Right.
You don't have to do anything, but they're all mixing amongst the crowd. Like
Yeah.
311 doesn't, the headliner probably doesn't, but all the rest of them are just hanging out, drinking beers in their time off.
Yeah.
Sunbathing, and I mean everybody is people you like to hang out with.
Well, you're
too.
all staying on the same.
You're all in the
cruise
same place,
ship,
but it's
yeah.
not like a bunch of old folks and then a bunch of young folks. It's all the same people with the same interests,
Yeah.
like-minded people.
Yeah. We
Shows all day from 10 a.m. to midnight.
Yeah, Whiskey did. They did. I think it was called like the Legends of Rock or something cruise.
Yeah.
Before Jamie and I were playing with them, I think they were by far the youngest band because it was like Skinner and ZZ Top and all
that
those
one.
guys. Yeah, I've never done it.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool deal.
What's it like interacting with fans in situations like that? I mean,
So last summer we went out with Jamie Johnson and we were opening, so we were done early, and Jamie and I would just go to merch and just like talk to fans for hours. It was cool.
Yeah,
We don't do it as much anymore.
Well, it's hard whenever we're when we're in the headlining spot.
Yeah.
So like when we were opening with Jamie, we had time because like
We'd
the way
be done
these shows,
by 8:30 or
yeah, the way
9.
these shows work, like when we get done, especially on these openings, like that opening tour, we had time to kill before our buses were loaded
Sure.
out and ready to go. I could go to bed, which doesn't really happen when you get off stage. Your adrenaline's pumping. It's like
Sure.
I ain't going to bed.
No, we got to play golf in the back lounge.
Well, yeah, we got to do that, but.
Virtual.
I don't know.
golf.
I got in a weird spot in my head, and I said, I want to go interact. I mean, I think I want to be more proactive with interacting with people because I know that people appreciate that.
Sure.
You know, and we try to do that as much as we could, but it's really hard when there's not a lot of time, and then eventually it gets to this point where you can't really cater to everybody.
oh, yeah, you're gonna hurt somebody's feelings, or
Yeah, but that during that tour it was fun. Tony and I would go out there to the merch and just sit there. I mean, making a scene about it, but you'd have to somebody would come up and take a picture, or whatever.
Do you guys offer like the VIP packages and all that stuff, meet and greets and?
No, we don't. I don't think we really do that.
We did.
It's,
COVID kind of changed everything.
Yeah.
You know, we
Yeah.
used to do it a lot more. We'll do it occasionally, like, especially for like veterans and stuff. We'll do a thing. But like, there's like we used to like sell a package or whatever, because that's the thing. Like, we were listening to like the Impractical Jokers podcast, and they used to go meet all their like the fans after every show when they were paying for like 500 seaters. And the bigger they would get, they couldn't do that anymore. So they
You can
started
do it
doing,
at that rate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we used to do that. But yeah, COVID's kind of changed everything.
Dude, if
We
y'all
still
ever
occasionally.
offer VIP packages, I'm gonna buy one in a random city and come through the like meet and greet.
You're like, hey
Well,
guys.
I will be offended. I will be offended if you show up.
I think that'd be hilarious.
You can just call me.
I was gonna say the random cities are the best chance. You just give me a call and then we'll.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna see y'all in Corpus, but then I got off mission before y'all played, so I was expecting to be there through
Did
August.
you get off mission or did you pass out? I'm kidding.
no,
kidding.
No.
Billy Madison line. What kind of relationship do y'all have with the fan page, the Facebook fan page?
I actually
Is
just
that an
permanently
individual-
deleted my Facebook account. So
Yeah, I'm not on. I'm
Yeah.
not on it either.
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
My
Get away
aunt,
from all the
will
social
keep me
media.
updated.
I
She'll
don't-
send me screenshots and
For
stuff.
for like personal
Yeah.
clarity, like mental clarity.
No,
Or
no.
just
I think.
fil-
Actually, I can give you a direct answer, but
Okay.
I
What?
think it's just too much to keep. I can't hardly keep up with regular text messages and
No,
phone
I
calls.
understand that.
So I'm definitely not checking.
I didn't
out
know if
what's-
anybody, if like management or anything had anything to do with
Oh,
the
no.
Facebook, the
No.
fan page.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if they do or not. I don't
Gotcha.
really pay attention. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Maybe.
Maybe.
It pops off from time to time.
I think they do. I think somebody does something there, but I certainly don't.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's cool to watch. It's fun to watch.
I was considering like creating a fake account just so I could watch the fan page. I do like to see how people react, especially with the last album that came out. I wanted to see fans' reaction. I do care what people think, and
Sure.
that's a
You
sad.
can't care too much. though,
Videographer,
Yeah.
videographer killed it on the last show that I saw. I think he had a really awesome, like mid arc around
Yeah,
the,
yeah,
and
that
then
was cool.
back slow motion, empty and then full.
Yeah.
That was sweet.
I like you saw it. It like went around.
Props
It
to
was cool.
him, whoever it is. Shake his hand for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
That's
see
a
a
good
lot
one.
of it, but it sucks to having to keep up with the Joneses when it comes to media and content. 'Cause,
yeah.
like as a band, we're in this weird generation where we all grew up with like without the internet, and then with the internet, and then like the evolution of the internet. So like now we have to keep up with like there has to be like weekly content, which like it's hard to do, and it kills the mystery of the band, but you have to do it.
Well, I was just about to pitch an idea for us to make content for the Facebook page, and we can sleep on the floor of the bus.
Yeah, it's like, hey guys.
That's what I was gonna do.
They're like, who are these people?
Well, Tony and I were. I mean, like, if we were more witty, I guess we were talking about starting a podcast. It's like back lounge. Hey, every show would go to the back lounge and talk about.
Yeah, y'all talked about that last time when y'all were here.
It just ain't gonna happen.
3
man.
years, dude.
Yeah, it just
Come
ain't gonna
on.
happen, man.
I know.
Yeah, how many impractical jokers have you watched, and they've gotten they've gotten rich, and y'all don't have your podcast.
Yeah,
Well,
You know?
we did record one.
we've recorded a couple things, but it's like I go back and listen to it because I'm not gonna put it out.
See, that's your
That-
problem.
that's your
I've
problem,
never
yeah.
listened to it. I've
Don't
never
listen to
listened
As
it.
soon as we hit record, it's like, so what's
What's up?
Yeah, man.
I always need a third. There's always a third that needs to be involved. Like if it's just me and Tony. Tony's got a great memory. I'm just more of a laid in the back guy, and
Sure.
it's always like it takes like a third person to make something happen. You know what I mean?
maybe Joe?
Yeah, maybe Joe, our golf buddy.
Yeah.
Or calling the siren
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll
from the
Call it.
road.
we'll
Yeah,
just
call
have
it,
to
yeah.
buy
For real.
every VIP ticket that comes out. you
Yeah.
know?
Well,
That just come to like Cincinnati, Ohio.
Yeah.
Or something.
I'm gonna go when y'all go to like Bozeman. That's what I want to do. When y'all go to like Bozeman or Billings or something.
I think we were we in Montana? Is that Montana?
Jeez,
Yeah.
well, I guess next year it is then.
yeah, typically, yeah.
Yeah. So I love Montana. Big fan.
Yeah.
Speaking of, is there a return to Yellowstone?
I've been watching it.
Have you
now.
been watching it? No whiskey return to the series though.
No, I think
It'd be
they
overdone
still
if they
put
brought
like the
Whiskey Myers
songs and
back.
stuff.
Be
to the
awesome.
show.
I think it'd
It'd
be
be
I want
awesome.
them to
Yeah.
because that was really.
It would be
cool.
really weird though because all right, so we were in Yellowstone, right? So they just did 1883.
Yeah.
Right.
Y'all should have been in that.
Right. No, as a different man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd
No.
been funny.
Like.
Well, it's like ZZ Top in Back to the Future 3.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
so.
I forgot about that.
Well, and I guess they're about to do 1923.
Are they?
Yeah.
I'll be in that band.
Yeah. Whatever they need.
That's
I
like
mean,
a
I'm there.
roaring
They're-
20s.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I
I
heard.
like being acting's fun.
Yeah.
I heard.
It's a
I
weird
heard after
day.
that they're doing Adam and Eve.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just taking it back to the beginning. You know.
Tony was at my house and we were hanging out, sitting on the couch, drinking a beer or something, and like we had Yellowstone on. I was like, "Oh, there's Tony." Yeah, it was just weird, you know. And he was like, "Oh yeah, there I am." I saw you too. You were on it.
Yeah. I got a half a second, I think.
Yeah,
And his
it
fly was down. I
pretty
think.
quick.
My fly was down, so
Cows are getting out at the Yellowstone Ranch.
A little known fact: Jamie's fly was down.
yeah, they had a wardrobe manager, and she took pictures of all of us to make sure we were the same in every shot. And we were on that stage for like 14 hours that day.
Continuity editor.
Yeah, exactly. No,
Yeah.
yeah. My fly was down.
I thought
She
that
did-
was the coolest job. Like continuity.
yeah.
I think it's a cool job.
Well,
Yeah,
she failed. I heard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
I-
have
I would've been
attention
on
to
that.
detail.
I looked down
on that.
after the day was over with. It was like my fly's been down all day.
Yeah.
This could have happened from.
Yeah, unacceptable.
At least I think your bass was down in front. So.
Probably.
That's why. That makes sense.
Oh man.
It's funny. It's fun. It's fun to act. We did that video recently, the John Wayne video, and that was a full day out there with Trejo.
Yeah, we only
and-
had one day.
Yeah, we only had one day. It was fun though. It's a funny thing because we're not actors, we're musicians. But that
Okay,
whole-
so you're set up with the bass. You got
George Strait did it.
whatever around you. Are you playing to a track? I guess you're acting to a track,
well,
or
so
it's in your ear or around you.
it depends on the shot. So that video, I don't know if y'all seen it yet. So the first like half of the video is like an action. It's like a kind of a sci-fi western.
Okay.
Oh,
know?
I'm a big fan of that genre. Weird West.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking Daft Punk meets like Clint Eastwood.
Okay. All right.
And so the first half of the video is like an acting thing. So we're like we're these sheriffs from like some future in a different galaxy and
Sure.
weird things. So it was like an action thing, but then it cuts to like where we're playing. But yeah, so when we're playing, we're just listening to speakers and performing. Yeah, so we're acting. It's the same thing we did
Playing
on
along to
Yellowstone.
the track.
Gotcha.
Same thing we did. We're playing along to a track.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it's awkward.
Yeah.
It feels really weird, and you feel like you got to perform, but you don't actually have to
Yeah.
perform. You got to act more than you have to play.
Yeah.
It's an odd feeling.
I had my tambourines taped so they wouldn't make noise,
Yeah.
but I could still
Yeah.
shake it.
Yeah.
Ah, that's
Makes
interesting.
sense.
Yeah. Well, we'll
Gets
have.
annoying over and over and over.
Yeah.
How many takes did it take?
Man, that day was so fast.
Really?
Blow
So it was
and
pretty
go.
quick.
It was like we didn't
It
really
was
do a lot
long,
of double
but-
takes. It was just like let's film as much as we possibly can and get it out because were we on? I don't remember if we had like shows to go to or something or I don't know. It was like we had one day to film everything,
Yeah.
and we
Right.
really needed like 3 days
Right.
to be honest. But we
I can't remember the song. What'd y'all play on there?
John Wayne was the most recent video release.
But on the Yellowstone.
Yeah, we did Frogman and Stone.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I have to. I haven't seen the John Wayne video.
Danny Trejo plays the villain. So
Did y'all meet him then?
Yeah.
How was he?
He is amazing. I had it. My first question was
He's like
Star Wars.
110. You know.
No, he is younger than I am.
he said, I hold the record for most on-screen deaths. Like, and he gave the number, and we said, well, you're getting one more today.
Killings or dying?
Dyings.
Wow. Interesting stat.
Which he didn't actually die in our video. We just arrested him.
No.
We
No,
arrested.
JJ shot him.
It was an electronic.
I shot the girl, and JJ shot him.
Canceled. You're canceled.
No bullets were actually
Yeah.
fired.
But I went full like I wanted to do like Batman Forever, like neon, dude. Just like there were lasers and horses and desert and
Yeah.
you know.
Jamie rode a horse.
Oh, how was that
If you ever
experience
said-
for you?
Well, I actually raised horses when I was younger.
No.
so-
All right. Well, he said it like it was a weird thing.
No,
so.
he did say it like it was really. No, it was completely normal for me.
When was the last time you rode a horse?
He
It was
set
a
me up
long
for
time.
failure there, Tony.
It was a long time ago.
He
Now I just
seemed,
feel like an asshole.
I did get the asshole horse.
I mean,
Oh, okay,
he
okay.
seems stable.
Yeah. Ah, badach.
I like it. That's a good pun.
That's fine. Yeah, well, I raised horses, so yeah, jerk.
That was it was a good day.
You mentioned Batman Forever. I think that's a very underrated film.
It's my favorite Batman. there is.
I'm torn
That's
on
a
it.
strong statement.
I like
That's a
Val
strong
Kilmer.
statement.
I have my Val Kilmer is the best Bruce Wayne there ever was.
wow.
So I have feelings.
Bruce
Fair.
Wayne, not Batman.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne.
Fair. I also
Interesting distinction. I like that.
I also didn't hate Batfleck. Like
Oh,
I don't know if I ever saw. I don't know. I don't,
Yeah.
I don't,
I-
never saw
I'll
that
take him over
Clooney.
Bat Clooney.
yeah, oh yeah, that was
Clooney
terrible.
is probably the worst.
Yeah, it was the
I never
worst.
saw that one.
I love Clooney,
heard
by the way.
Robert
No
Yeah.
Pattinson
offense.
did good, but
Yeah,
I haven't
but-
seen that one.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Didn't hate it.
Yeah. Well,
I just don't like being attracted to Batman. That's my problem.
it's 2022, dude.
Clooney
It's
was
all right.
just too much.
The reason I gave the new Batman with the Twilight guy a chance, one, he's actually a good actor. He got pigeonholed into that Twilight thing. But Batfleck was the reason I gave the new one a chance because I was like, well, if Ben Affleck can do it, then maybe whatever that guy's name is.
Robert
J-
Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson. Yeah, Pattinson. I thought it was all right, man. It was.
He's good, man.
Yeah.
The action sequences in that movie are really good.
Yeah.
Still haven't seen it.
I,
I don't like his Bruce Wayne as much as I
no.
like Val Kilmer's Bruce Wayne.
Val
agree.
Kilmer, Tony.
I like Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer.
I'm kind of a purist. I like Michael Keaton, man.
Yeah.
I do.
I love
But
Michael
Val
Keaton.
Kilmer's
That's
up there.
Understandable.
Yeah. So
You?
Keaton.
Keaton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Michael Keaton was supposed to be in Lost. Did y'all know that?
I should not.
He was
I'm
supposed to play-
glad he wasn't.
He was supposed to play Jack.
Really?
If y'all ever saw Lost, but Jack was supposed to die in the pilot episode. And once they made him they decided to make it
yeah.
like a full character. Keaton was like, it's too much commitment. So-
Yeah, because it went for 427 episodes or something. I don't know. It was,
Did we
wouldn't
talk
end.
about Last Man on Earth?
I don't know.
Will Forte.
I never saw that.
It's a funny show, though.
Please start it.
Okay.
The cameos are great. It got cut off late or
Is that when he
short,
had the
I
big
guess.
beard?
Yes and no.
Do you have the half beard at one point? too?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll watch it. It's hilarious.
I hate to go back to the Batman, but I got to get it off my chest. What I liked about the new Batman was he did give a sense of instability more than any other. Like, there was some mental issues with this Batman and this Bruce Wayne. And, like, the scene where he's not wearing the suit, he's done with the suit for the day, and he's got the makeup. I'm like, that was clever.
It's good,
You know,
man.
so
Yeah, I gotta watch it tonight,
DC's
maybe.
actually stepping up.
They are.
with,
Not in the suit, but in
because
the
Marvel's
makeup?
going downhill, and I feel like DC's going uphill, and I'm down with more. They're down to go dark, and they're
Yes.
down to be more gritty.
'Cause
And
I like the
Marvel's-
dark.
I think Marvel's catering to
the PG-13 crowd, and
which is fun.
yeah, no, it's okay.
I
It's
mean,
got
it's
its
what
place.
comics were for, right?
Yep.
Kids, right?
Yeah. But-
DC's really dark.
I don't want to
I
make
like
it like I
dark.
was a huge comic book fan because I wasn't, but I always preferred DC Comics just because it had a darker undertone to it.
Yeah.
And I thought this
Well,
last one,
there's-
this show, the Batman movie was a little slow for me, but I think the next iteration, I think it was doing a lot of kind of setup. I think the
they're
next
definitely doing
iterations,
setup. I can't wait to see if they're
Yeah.
gonna bring the Joker in, right? Because
yeah,
Is it gonna be Joaquin?
no, he already did his Joker movie, which he was great.
it was great.
It's a different vibe.
Yeah, different vibe.
I did
There's
see
a-
that one.
If you're a DC guy, you should watch the animated Harley Quinn episode on HBO Max.
Okay,
It is dirty. They like in the first 30 seconds of the movie.
you're like,
there's-
whoa,
Yeah, you're like, wow, wow.
It's animated.
Animated. So they animate it based on, you remember the 90s or like the late 90s, like WB, Batman, Superman.
That
So it's
style.
that's that animation.
Yeah.
Same like animators. They even try to sound like the same people, like the guy playing the Joker is Batman. But like
That was just
Commissioner
distinctive
Gordon's like a
Joker.
drunk alcoholic who hates his life now, and he's like flicking the bat signal on and off, and
Ah,
Batman's
yeah.
like, why are you calling me? It's like,
What are you doing this?
what are you doing, Joker? It's pretty good. Watch that though. DC's on their game. I'll take DC right now over Marvel.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%. There's Marvel's. There's too much. I can't keep
They're
up.
Just catering.
I'm just I can't now. I feel like if I have to go watch all the like canon Marvel movies, there's like 35 of them.
We'll have to have a nerd podcast after this where we talk about more Marvel and DC
We
shit.
can do it. We'll have to do we'll do a podcast where we watch and then review.
Hey,
You know.
I'm down.
Yeah.
No.
Like I'd like to get through them. I'm just
Put it on
overwhelmed
the
by
wall out here.
it. Yeah. Yeah. We need a bat signal up here.
I know.
A siren.
Did you see spotlights last week? Saturday, I think. Night.
I was in
Two
drill.
massive spotlights from within a mile or two of here.
Really?
Huge, like searchlights. Remember the old back in the day, like 90s, 2000? You'd see the trailer with the spotlights going everywhere.
Yeah.
Somebody had them at a party out here this past weekend.
Wow.
You still don't know what it was?
I don't know. I saw like from where maybe the neighborhood it was coming from. I'll find out in a sec.
We probably know who it was.
Well,
Oh,
I
I'm
know
sure
there was.
somebody does.
I
Yeah,
actually
listen.
know there was a big party in Bailey, of all places.
Hey, isn't that,
Kind of that way.
that's your neck of the woods, right?
That is my neck of the woods, yeah. So, but I was in Fort Worth. Never seen me and Batman in the same room either, have you?
Hey,
No.
you were in Fort Worth this past weekend?
I was, yeah.
We
Had-
were in Dallas.
Oh, were you? Were y'all playing, or were y'all just over there?
No, we were. It was at the Alan Jackson show.
Oh, okay, cool.
I went to Cowboys after that, Arlington.
That's from my road.
Oh, wow,
Jeez.
that's a really good photo.
That is really that's impressive.
It's
an
like
iPhone,
the
isn't it?
Twin Towers spotlights,
Jeez.
basically.
I was in New York one
It's an
time. I
iPhone.
think
But
on the,
later
on the,
that night, there were strobe lighting going around in circles and stuff. Somebody had a
You didn't
spotlight.
drive. I would have driven over there.
I should have. You're right.
What are you doing, man?
Yeah, it's just some dude sitting
Seems
on
like
his
you
porch.
maybe could have walked. Might have walked actually.
Yeah.
You're the level-headed friend I never had.
Man, yeah, Dallas, Alan Jackson. I wish I could have gone to that. That's cool.
We were talking about that
The
earlier.
song Dallas.
Yeah. American Airlines, right?
Huh?
Alan Jackson, American Airlines.
Yeah.
He we were talking about like playing hits. When we talked about it earlier.
Yeah.
Alan's got so many hits. He was playing hit medleys.
Oh yeah.
Like it was one of those things where it's like, oh, because we were talking about it before we got there. He's like, I hope he opens up with Gone Country.
Yeah.
He
did.
opened up with Gone Country. He didn't even play the whole song.
Just
Medley. He
Don't have
medleyed
time
the,
for
he
this.
medleyed the chorus,
Yeah.
and that was it. And then he went into the next one.
the Beach Boys would do that with car songs. They would just play like a medley of just car songs.
Jeez. I again back to Metallica. I went and saw them in 2001, I think, and James Hetfield hurt his back, so they kind of did like an all-star jam, and the lineup was Powerman 5000, System of a Down, Kid Rock, Korn, and Metallica. So when Metallica played,
Stacked lineup.
it was
Yeah.
when Metallica played, they brought out people to play, to sing different songs. And they did what they call Mastertarium. It was a medley of Master of Puppets and Sanitarium, and Surge from System of a Down sang it. Dude, and Darren, the guitarist, also played with Metallica. It was
I
pretty righteous.
was
That's
there.
awesome.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, we
I was
were
there.
not there together.
You were there.
Yeah.
You were there.
Everybody during Power Man ripped off their seat cushions from Dallas, from Cowboy Stadium,
Yep.
and threw them.
Flung
Dude,
'em.
Power Man only had like one gigantic hit, right?
Yep.
Worlds
They had
Collide.
one. They had one, and then they had one more.
They
that
did.
I
They
found
had,
out.
they had a
They-
second album that came out, and
There was one other song they had.
yeah,
that
I
was,
can't
like,
remember it right
kinda
now,
well
but it
done.
was decent. It was like okay, but yeah, When Worlds Collide was a great song.
That was
he
their
was
song,
Rob
right?
Zombie's brother.
Right.
I was
Or-
like,
is his
Yeah.
brother?
Yeah, they're brothers.
Okay.
It's his little
Spider?
brother.
Is that
Yeah,
his name?
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Spider.
follow him on Insta for some reason. And yeah,
Do you?
Well,
yeah,
Nice.
Well, it's a little piece of your childhood, right?
yeah. You
Yeah.
know, kind of. I'm like, oh, I'll give him. A
I
follow.
walked into the concert right as they played that song. They were closing up their
Well,
set.
Yeah,
That's the best
And I
time
took
to
a
walk
little
in.
video walking down in my seat, and that was it.
I don't know if I could sit through a whole Power Man show.
I thought
You
the
know?
same thing.
Yeah.
That's why I wasn't in a hurry to get there.
yeah.
I thought the exact same thing.
I actually tried
They're
to listen.
probably gonna play that song at the end.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, they're definitely not opening.
They're
with
not
it.
opening with that. You know?
If they did, the crowd's walking.
Yeah.
I think you close with a good one, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Although Beck on
Dude, Beck is underrated, bro.
when he was touring whatever album it was for Loser, he would open with Loser and said, "All right, now everybody that
It's
just
gonna
came
get
for that
worse from
song,
You
can
can go
leave."
take a leak or get a beer.
That's
Yeah.
pretty funny.
I'm a Beck fan. I like
Me
Beck.
too.
Yeah.
One of our last songs that Tony and I wrote together, it was very Beck. I wouldn't say inspired, but
Had
his
that
lyrics.
vibe.
Like one of my favorite Beck songs was like everybody knows "Loser," right?
Sure, yeah.
Right. Those lyrics don't make any sense,
No.
man. You know, but
Are you talking about when we just looked around the room?
we
and
literally looked around the room. We had a good music medley going, or
Yeah.
melody going
yeah.
of the song, and we just like, man, I don't feel qualified. I was thinking to myself, I don't feel qualified to preach or speak my mind on any opinions. I'm just gonna look around this room and label some shit off. Song was awesome, man. I mean, it's still under wraps right now, but it's a great song, and it sounds like a Beck. It sounds like something Beck would have written.
the lyrics are cool. They don't make sense.
They
but
don't
they're
make
cool.
sense, but it sounds, if you don't know that they don't mean anything, which exclusive, this is another 12 o'clock Siren exclusive. They don't mean anything. So if you ever hear the song, it's not as deep as you think it is.
When you Google what was that song's meaning, you're gonna get big question mark.
yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Y'all
That
remember?
emoji that's like,
Yeah.
I remember what?
Y'all remember
IDK?
Jamiroquai?
Yeah. I just
Yeah.
watched one of his videos yesterday.
Really?
Well, Virtual Insanity.
Yeah,
Everybody
man,
remembers that one.
He's that's the when worlds collide of Jamiroquai. You know?
You think that comparison's ever been made?
Probably on some podcast in Ohio somewhere.
We're so advanced in podcastery that 4 podcasts have already had this conversation.
Yeah.
I was confused. I watched the video. It was like 3 days ago. I saw that
That's
video.
funny.
Yeah, and it was I was trying to figure out actually how they made the floor move the way the
Yeah.
floor moved. Because
Had
the
the like
couches,
fisheye camera kind of.
and the couches are moving at different. You know, he's dancing against the
I
way.
think it's like a treadmill, right?
Well, it was a moving floor, but it would move different directions, and then certain couches would move, and some seats would not move.
Probably cost $1 million.
I
Yeah.
guess- I don't
Jeez,
know.
in like
Had
1999
that
money or
I don't know,
whatever.
it was one
mid-90s
room.
budget.
Yeah.
It was one room, so it might not.
That was
have
that
been a
dot
They're
com
just
budget. Bubba.
dumping. They were dumping money
They
in
were,
music
dude.
videos. I'm
Like,
sure.
Hearing this interview with Blink-182, and their label came and said, "We have to make $1 million video." It's
Yeah.
like you've got to the point we have.
You have to
do
spend
that.
it all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jeez, man. I
it
can't
was a
imagine.
different model.
Yeah.
You know, all around.
Well, you got TRL and all that stuff too. You know, it's like
Yeah.
people actually watch.
Was the only way
Yeah.
to get your music out, really. No,
Dude, I find
SoundCloud.
myself watching I Love the 80s or 90s all the time.
Oh, dude,
I don't know why. I'll just put it on and watch like Whitney Houston. You know,
a lot of times, like on the bus.
I don't know why. I'm just sitting there watching some like deep cut of Whitney Houston.
Right,
I'm
I'm
like,
down.
man,
We leave it on like classic videos
Yeah.
on the bus. You know.
it's fun just to watch music videos.
What's your
Like the old
favorite
ones too?
music video?
Oh, that's a hard one.
I did miss a lot of music videos growing up. I never had cable until I graduated high school. So like I had a lot of going back and reliving to do.
Yeah.
I really liked My Own Summer by Deftones.
Yeah,
I was a big fan of that one.
Ooh.
Sharks
one of the
and all
first
that.
ones I started
I
watching.
don't even know. I don't remember that video, but I loved it.
We used to take
Oh,
lunch in high
mhm.
school every day
too.
and go to Jim McDonald's house and watch that video.
It's always on.
MTV at
That-
lunchtime.
That show.
Was it around the Fur album?
Yeah,
Actually, no.
no.
That was Adrenaline. Yeah.
No,
My
No,
Own
no,
Summer?
you're right.
Summer
No,
was
you're
around-
right.
yeah,
It's
it's
around the fur. That song was always on MTV. That video and Stinkfist was always on the
Yeah.
Eagle.
What
The
a
Eagle.
terrible name for a song.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not very clever. I mean, it's
the lyrics don't get much better.
No, I know. I know exactly what I know what it is.
yeah. Matthew and I would always text each other because it seemed like no matter when we got in our truck, we'd turn the Eagle on and like Stinkfist was on.
Stinkfist
I'm
is on.
Hey,
Hey,
like,
by the way, Stinkfist is on the Eagle.
Yeah. Turn it on. Yep, sure
Sure
is.
is.
You know, I do. Man, have you all ever seen Tool live?
No, man. I missed the opportunity recently. I've got a buddy of ours who comes out to our shows. He somehow, I don't know how, he's a state trooper here in Texas, and he knows apparently everybody. That's how I got the corn tickets.
Oh,
He
just pulls
he's
people
like,
over.
He knows everybody.
What was,
no, he
what was
doesn't.
his name?
yeah. Beep. Yeah.
No, he knows everybody apparently, and he's friends with the Tool guys. And he's like, I can get you. I haven't seen him yet, man. It's one of the
Dude,
bands I want to see.
You should.
Tool.
It's
I've seen Tool and Pussifer.
yeah. I would
the other
Not
one.
seen A Perfect Circle.
I haven't
Is
seen
there one
Perfect
more?
Circle. No.
Does he have another
No,
project?
That's his 3.
Well,
I've not drank his wine.
Pussifer doesn't. That's not Danny Carey.
No, it's just
No.
it's just Maynard.
Yeah.
Pussifer, they have that song, "The Humbling River" or whatever. That song's a good song.
They've got
dude.
some good songs.
Yeah, that's the only one I'm
It's an
super familiar with.
interesting presentation too.
Well, he does a lot of virtue signaling on green energy and stuff like that, But I'm a fan.
I'm down.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, Tool shows. We saw Tool with Tomahawk, which Tomahawk was a project of. Now I'm losing his name and it's embarrassing. Mr. Bungle and Faith No More, the lead singer from Faith No More. Oh, come on, Mike Patton. And he did an album with the Dillinger Escape Plan too. And he is a musical genius. However, Tomahawk sucked. They were terrible. Remember that, Matthew?
Yeah, they were bad.
Yeah.
We had a girl next to us ask us if she should do crack cocaine.
Yeah, she was like, "Is it a good idea if I smoke crack cocaine?" And we were like, "No, I don't think so."
I don't know how to answer that.
Yeah, do what you want, live your life, but I don't think that's a good idea.
Can't advocate for this.
No.
Nancy Reagan says no.
Yeah.
She's like, that's not a good idea.
No, yeah.
Just say no.
I forgot about that. Yeah, she was like a put together chick.
Nancy
too.
Reagan or that
Oh,
girl?
Yeah, that girl. Yeah, I forgot about that too. You just said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw him in Houston, Texas. Drove down there. It was great. Great show. We said favorite music videos, and y'all said you couldn't answer. Y'all didn't have an answer.
I just don't. It all blends together at this point. I've just found a station on. So if you got a Samsung TV, a smart Samsung TV, they have Samsung TV Wi-Fi. Like there's a entire cable channel list that's free.
Yeah.
Like if you have a Samsung TV.
Yeah.
Am I saying that right?
Samsung?
Samsung.
Yeah.
Marble mouth over here.
They also have the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders.
Well, so they have a full. No. He's not wrong. There's a whole channel that's all they do is play Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders shows. And then there's a whole channel that only plays
Called
Fear Factor.
CMT.
Yeah, you used
Fear
to have to
Factor.
pay for that channel.
Right? No, this is free. So there's a whole Fear Factor channel, which
Okay.
has been my jam lately.
Yeah.
But they also have 80s music videos, 90s music videos, rock music videos, hip hop music videos, and I've been putting on that. We were watching that the other day before we went out this weekend, and we were watching some music videos, and we saw like Sum 41.
Yeah, dude.
Some Green Day music videos.
Yeah.
And saw Lit, and it was just cool. It's nostalgic seeing old band videos from you know, like that was the days of like watching a band on a music video. People wanted to see the band play and like.
Well, I think one of my favorite was the Strokes last night. They did a live video. It's like there's at one point where the overhead mics on the drums fall over because they bump into them and you can hear it.
That's cool.
You know, so like they were like, we don't want to do just a regular video. We want to do a live thing. So I thought that
cool.
was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny to go back and watch some of those older videos. Like y'all mentioned Lit, like JDK's, y'all are friends with Lit, right?
Yeah, I had dinner with the guitar player last week.
Okay. Well, they're that song that blew them up, it was funny. I watched that video not too long ago, and they're in
we
like,
did too at the bowling alley.
yeah, they got like black and white docs. It's like the old swingers, movie, like very 90s,
They were so into that.
Yeah. Bowling shirts and
Dickies.
yeah.
Brightly colored Dickies.
Yeah, man.
Very cool though.
It is. It's very cool, man.
Nostalgic.
That I remember what I wore my first day of high school. I wore orange Dickies because the lead singer of Lit wore orange Dickies on
man.
stage. So.
I was one of the guys that I had like all the different Doc Martens. Like I had the black and white, like Oxfords. I had the ones with like flames on it. I had the ones with spider webs on it. Yeah, I was an idiot, dude. It was
Y'all have
funny.
Jinkos?
Oh yeah, dude.
I never had Jinkos.
I never wore Jinkos.
Yeah.
I wanted
I was
some.
all about it.
I don't think I could afford them.
There's a dude on TikTok that still wears them. He wears them out. Like
He's
just-
trying to bring them back.
Yeah.
That's a style
The-
they come
like the
back.
artist
coming
guy?
back.
What's that?
Who are you talking about?
There's just a dude that he just films himself wearing Jinkos everywhere.
Oliver something? Oliver
I don't know.
Tree?
I don't know. I'd have to
Y'all know
find out.
Oliver Tree?
Uh-uh.
Oh my God. Hold on. Talk amongst yourself.
Yeah, it's not coming back.
No,
That's
I mean,
not
I
one.
can't.
But it is weird. Things are cyclical.
They're
though.
selling for a lot on eBay. The
Jinkos?
yeah.
Oh my God.
Dude, I remember I went to the Collin Creek Mall, over in Plano.
R.I.P..
Where it's, R.I.P. Well, I heard they did like a big $1 billion fund to bring it back, but I guess
Might
that
as
was
well.
True.
It's the way Dallas is growing right now.
Well, if you look over in that area in Plano, they're doing a lot of like remodeling of things. But I went over there, me and my pals would go over there, and I met this girl that was wearing Jinkos and like shirt with the choker necklace. I'm like, that's my punk rock girl right there,
Yeah. Did y'all have those big ball?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Big metal ball necklaces.
Yep.
Yep.
I never
exactly
had
what it
one.
was.
I wanted one.
It's like
We're a
the
wallet
army,
chain.
the
I had a
army
couple of
chain
those.
for the
I
dog
had
tags,
the
but it
wallet
was
chain.
like
It
a
was big.
fat.
Yeah, like 40 gauge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is some nostalgia for me, man. Probably listen.
Nostalgia's probably one of my favorite. When I listen to music now, it's like for nostalgic reasons.
Yep.
I hate to say that. That's really bitter and cynical of me.
Yeah, this full Oliver Tree. He's fueling up his Razor. His
Motorized Raider.
But he's got massive Jinkos on.
He does have massive
Wow.
Jinkos on.
Yeah.
They're so impractical.
They
yeah.
are.
Oh yeah, terrible.
I would feel like those would get caught. Like the Jinko wearers were skateboarding and rollerblading, and those are gonna get caught in your wheels.
Yeah, man. So there was a time that like I skated a little bit. It was terrible, but I wanted to be a skateboarder, right? And it was a time it was associated with like punk rock and heavy music, and then it kind of transitioned to like hip hop. Like a lot of skateboarders now listen to like hip hop and stuff, and I found that interesting because it was such a part of like punk culture, and now it seems to be different. I don't know.
Well, even like there was a lot of hip hop that was punk,
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a rebellious attitude,
Sure.
which is great. I'm still a rebel, I guess, in some
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. Did you ever see the movie that
35, not married with no kids, still playing golf
Hey,
and drinking
man.
beer on a
that's on a podcast? Come on, man. Did you ever see the movie that dude from Jonah Hill from Superbad he made called Mid '90s?
No, I haven't seen it yet, but I want to.
Dude,
I like Jonah.
dude, it's a good movie. You talk about nostalgia, like because mid '90s, I was right
Yeah,
in
I think
there.
He was saying he was like a skater kid.
Yeah, yeah, and it was California, and there was a lot of hip hop influence, a lot of punk, and they listened. It's cool because it's like '95, right? And there's this 13-year-old kid that falls into a group of friends that skateboard, and they're listening to like Warren G and stuff, and it's like, oh yeah,
Warren G.
yeah, lot of G funk because they're out in like Valencia, California, or somewhere.
Long Beach.
It's a good show. You should check it out. Well, all right.
Man,
Junket.
did we just stop down?
I don't know.
I think we've been bouncing topics left and right.
We've gone through it.
We have gone through it. We've chopped it up, as the kids say.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Can you slow it down and lower our voices?
Yeah.
I could probably. Oh man, I got a voice scrambler
Oh.
to slow
Why?
it. Well, for this. But it was $20 on Amazon, and it was terrible.
Oh man.
It was the worst thing I've ever bought in my life.
Like you're disappointed
I
with it.
was. I was.
Yeah.
I was like $20. We'll see how it goes.
It went about that way.
Not a good buy.
Then go.
But I wanted to come on here with like the slow down voice or the the deep one.
What's the last thing y'all bought on Amazon?
This is stupid. I bought
Mine's dumb too.
6 suitcases.
Okay, that's pretty dumb. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jamie, what you got, man?
I mean, if you want to,
I know what you need to buy.
Well, the honest answer is some patches for my diabetic sensors, but I don't have any cool answers for you because I don't really spend that much time on Amazon. I don't know. I don't shop online. I don't pick up my phone, man.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't use it.
That's
I don't
good.
use it, man.
I'm just gonna start
texting.
texting you a lot, and make you use it.
You won't hear from me. You won't hear from me.
He doesn't get service in Celeste.
I'll be like, I'll text
You'll have
you,
to text me.
and then I'll text Tony and be like, "Hey, tell Jamie to pick up his phone."
I get everything secondhand, man.
Yeah.
This whole last weekend with Alan Jackson and the Cowboys game is like I didn't even know about it.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Tony and a couple other friends, like I wouldn't have known about it.
Yeah.
I don't pick up my phone. I'm an old. I guess I'm an old soul. I don't know.
No,
I would rather not have it, but then it's like when you try to get rid of it, it doesn't work that way.
I'm Pavlovian about it, man. The ding goes off. I gotta look. Like it's hard, and it's a problem. It's a problem.
Do you have phantom rings?
Oh, all the time, dude.
There was a interesting study about like that red dot that everybody sees. You know, that notification thing on any app you have. It's like this red thing.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you see this red dot, you gotta go see what it means.
Gotta open up that app, homie.
Open up, see what's going
It's
on.
scary when you close an app out and then you open it up again.
Like it releases that red
Like, all right,
red
close
dot.
it. Oh, let's see what's going on it.
Yeah.
You're like, I just closed it out.
Well, apparently the red dot alone like releases like
oxytocin.
Yeah, it's like
It's the color.
just that
The color
that
of
dot.
food.
You're smoked.
The
You're
color
already
that
in.
triggers food.
Um,
It's what I think it does,
I
right?
somehow miss 17 calls a day, but every time it doesn't ring, I'm like, what? Did my phone
yeah.
ring? Okay,
Yeah.
No, it's not.
My phone never rings, but I get the notifications all the time.
Yeah, I don't get it.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Very good point.
The last thing I bought on Amazon was soap. So
Soap?
there you go. Yeah.
Oh.
Some manly smelling soap.
And if you find the soap you like,
No.
I'm hearing it's
What kind
the
of soap
jam.
you got?
Defense soap. It's for jujitsu practitioners, of which I'm not anymore, and I want to get back into. But it's really good for like killing stuff, and it smells good. So yeah, you know, you don't want any of that gnarly stuff.
I've told
on
you my soap story about
Was
you.
that a joke or is it like legit?
No, that's legit. Yeah, Yeah.
The jiu-jitsu soap for killing stuff.
yeah, for killing that bacteria, homie. When you're rolling around with sweaty men,
Does
you
the
know.
karate chop the
I've told you the soap story about when I stayed with you and Ashley. Crashed on y'all's couch for a while.
Yeah, maybe.
So I would take a shower there at your place.
I
And-
can
and
confirm.
The
he did.
shower, the soap in the shower smelled really good. I'm not going to lie. 10, 12 years later, I come across the same soap, and I'm like, this smells really good. What is that smell? Why do I remember this smell? It took me like 3-4 weeks to go.
He's working on this.
It was the soap at James and Ashley's place when I stayed with them.
In
And
Frisco?
sure enough,
Yeah.
the soap that I found, it is a hemp seed soap from Old Spice.
Oh.
And that is the smell if you're interested in
I might
the
have to check
actual
that
smell.
soap.
It smells really good. But the soap that you guys had was from Victoria's Secret.
I was gonna say I probably picked it up at Dollar Tree or
No,
something.
it was a Victoria's Secret soap.
Well, I'm the only one that shops at
So-
Victoria's Secret in my house, so I guess. It's
By the
me
way.
too. So I've got stuff from Victoria's Secret on right now. Right.
Have
gonna
you
leave that
seen the you said Dollar Tree. Have you seen the Dollar Tree Family Dollars
Combining? Why?
combining
Why
the
are they doing
one
that?
See,
building?
they've been doing that, haven't they?
No,
I don't know.
think
Plus-
so.
I've seen like 2 or 3 now.
I don't know if I mentioned the right.
What's
They're
the
always,
point?
Like small towns.
What's the
like,
point?
I don't know.
Maybe if you want to spend more than $1 on one side. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Like you know, I got paid today. You know, like,
I'll go $2.
I want to go $2 on this Chef Boyardee, huh? Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know, man. They actually did a big study on how Dollar Trees or dollar stores actually kind of mess you over because you don't get the same amount that you get for normally, and if you break it down by serving, you're paying more for servings. Yeah. So, anyway, I don't know. Little Juva's information for you.
I'm so bitter and cynical that everything's a scam.
Everything is a scam.
Everything's a scam, man.
Everything is a scam, dude.
Everybody wants $1 and nobody cares about the next person.
No, that's a true statement.
You want to go
man.
dark? Let's go dark.
No, I got super happy this weekend. I was at drill, and we went to lunch. My whole unit went to lunch, and this girl drove. So I bought her lunch for driving, and then later we had to pick up something, and she goes, "Let me get it because I need to pay it forward because James bought my lunch." And I was like, "All right, we're vibing, you know, like that's cool." I was super happy about that. So not everybody wants $1. Some people will pay it forward.
All right,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You know, us.
So more golf on the horizon. We're gonna play golf.
Man, that's one of my
Shoot,
things
next
that-
Tuesday?
Yeah, come on.
I think we may take off tomorrow.
All right.
We've gone 2 days in a row.
You said
How
4
about
days
Friday?
a week.
Let's play Friday.
He did it.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna be in Arkansas on Friday.
Y'all playing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
We're at
Little Rock.
Should do a siren on the road.
Yeah, come on.
We joke about
what night?
Friday.
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
Yeah, it's a short drive.
This Friday?
Yeah.
Shoot.
It really is a short drive.
Actually,
Arkansas
well,
slept
it's-
on state, man.
It's my anniversary weekend.
Probably shouldn't do that. Though.
And the next day.
yeah.
But I think she'd kick it off that way.
All right. Yeah. Arkansas is a slept on state. It's beautiful, and it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
down the road.
Yeah, it is. It's not
We
far.
used to play Fayetteville all the time. I love Fayetteville.
I do too. That's northwestern Arkansas. Yeah.
We did Rogers, Arkansas this past summer. We played golf. I actually broke a window.
Fantastic. 10 points. Awarded
That was-
to Tony.
That was 15,000 points.
It was a $15,000 window.
Oh, no.
It was a 6-inch wide window.
Can the Whiskey
was-
LLC expense that?
No. Here's the deal, man.
Put
how
it
you
on your
gonna-
rider.
How are you gonna have a house on a golf course and not have like some kind of window insurance?
They
or,
did.
like-
Yeah.
No, I don't think they did.
Well,
No, it was.
How are you going to get mad if your window gets broke?
Well, I
That's
guess
what
if
I'm
you're
saying.
gonna go out to a golf course like that, you got to carry a good 10 grand in your pocket. Which
Yeah. Y'all did not.
no, we did not. Well, here's what happens when you invite a bunch of hoodlums on a
Yeah. A nice golf course.
Yeah. Which we're
Couple-
all right.
couple
We're actually
windows get broke.
we're actually respectable.
Sure.
We're not good at golf. So
I play music for a living, right?
You felt terrible.
yeah, no, he actually yeah, that was a
yeah,
bad
but the
thing.
dudes we were playing with, like, dude, you got to go over there and like, we got to get your picture with it. It's like, no,
yeah, that.
I want to get as far away from this as possible.
Well, it's funny. So they convinced him to go pick up his ball. He's like, I'm not going to get it. He's like, can we just move on, please?
Yeah.
And they're like, no, go get your ball. And they pulled out their camera for some reason,
Yeah.
And he goes to get his ball, and the lady that was living in the house that he had comes out and is like, oh, yeah, no, we heard that. We heard that from
I'd have
across
been like,
the
can
house.
you believe that? He ran off. I was trying to get their ball. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Just
I mean,
picking up a
don't live
free
on a
ball.
golf
Yeah.
course. Moral of the story.
That's it, man. I would love to live near a golf course, like super
Hey,
near.
That's not gonna stop me from playing.
No.
Your house is gonna get hit if I'm playing.
It's kind of like having a pool during the California drought. It's going to get grinded on, man.
Gonna get peed in. That's for sure.
We got to keep it full somehow.
Yeah.
It may be dry, but it's gonna get peed in.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd like to, sometimes you ever think about like you get up to the afterlife and they've got all your stats, like how many lines, how much
My
time have you
biggest
spent?
fear right now.
Yeah. Is like, Matthew, you peed in my pool?
Oh my God! Don't.
Dude,
Are you gonna pull that stat?
Yeah. I'd be like, hey, you need to. Matthew's been swimming at my parents' house. How many times did he pee in the pool?
Tony Kent has peed in the pool at Webb Hill 15,000 times.
After hours sometimes.
Yeah.
He wasn't even in the
He
pool
wasn't
the
even
last
in
time.
it. Yeah. 4 from outside.
I actually do feel like to go take it another deeper.
The
conversation.
afterlife is just pulling up stats about your life.
Well, yeah, no, I think as soon
Yeah.
as you die, like you're gonna be hit with this information of,
all this stuff.
damn it,
Yeah.
why did I?
I think
do
it'd be
that?
fun going through some of that stuff. Though.
Some of it.
Some of it, yeah.
It's gonna be
Most
instant
of
flood
it should be good.
knowledge.
Yeah.
Most
Some
of
of
it
it's
should be
like-
good.
Wait, I didn't do that. Really?
How many times have you awkwardly made a girl uncomfortable?
Yeah, why'd you say that?
Yeah.
You had to bring that up.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of stats out there. Really, how much time have you spent standing in lines to get into concerts? I'd be curious.
Shoot.
Yeah.
I used to
That's
be
an
the
egg.
one that would like be the first in line. I
Yeah,
wanted to be
me too.
right up on the barricade. And
Yeah.
I kind of
On the
miss
rail.
that.
Well, so we joked about it on the American Head Charge podcast because they were talking about when Jim met him and he said we'll put you on the the guest list, and they were talking about how they didn't like know what that was, and they were like, no way we're gonna get in for free, right? So they got to experience that before I did. They got down there, had a couple times, they're like, oh cool, we're on the list, and then I got like to hang out, and like I was so worried that it wasn't a thing like they were, but they were already in the know that they would like walk me into the show. One of the band members would walk me into the show early, and I'd just be standing in there by myself while my friends are having fun with the band, out back by the bus, and I'm just standing there. It's cold in the Canyon Club, I'm all alone.
It's funny,
Nobody
like,
buy me
like,
beer.
people will we'll put them on the list and be like, hey, just go to will call. What's will call?
Right.
Look for a sign that says will call and have your ID.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah.
all that's
Yeah.
required.
It's funny. I have to ask some of my best friends, what's the name on your ID?
Yeah.
This is ridiculous, but it's back when we were playing with JDK, and Jamie's dad was coming out to a show, and my brother asked Jamie. He said, "Hey," Jamie said, "Hey, can we put my dad on the list?" I said, "Yeah, absolutely." Said, "What's his name?" Because everybody knows him as Bubba.
Oh.
And Jamie said, "It's Bubba." He said, I know, but what's his name on his ID?" He said, "His
I
name's
don't-
Bubba."
Yeah.
I think Jamie had to call his dad and say, "What's your real name?"
Yeah.
B-U.
Yeah.
BBA.
Which is my middle name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Thomas.
That's funny. That'd have been a real jerk move if he just said, "Hey, can I put my dad on the list?" He's like, "No."
No.
It's like some Ricky Bobby stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's Bubba.
Yeah. That's funny.
To be fair, his high school yearbook, his people wrote to him as Bubba, so he's been Bubba since high school.
Sure. Yeah. Well, that's like you have your friends like arbitrarily, I'm gonna say like JW, and they're like, "What does that stand for?" And they're like,
Oh,
Don't know.
JW. Yeah, it's just initials.
Well, like our buddy that we play golf with all the time, his name's Joe Ben, but his actual name is Joshua Benjamin. Because like his dad
I
was
can get
like,
there from here though. That makes
he
sense.
was like,
yeah.
well, his mom wanted to call him Joshua. He's like, well, that's fine. We can name him Joshua. I'm going to call him Joe, though. So, like, if he came to a show, I'd have to put it as Joshua.
I was almost Zach. My parents like 12th hour or 11th hour were like, "Nah, we're gonna go with James." I was almost Zach.
it's a good
I
biblical
didn't
name.
have a name.
Yeah.
I didn't have a name for 2 days. They couldn't decide.
Really? Did you know? And go dark
I
here
was
a little
no
bit.
name Kent.
We talked about it at drill this weekend. Until like the 1930s, they didn't really name kids for a while
Yeah.
because infant mortality was so high that they just called them baby boy and baby girl. Yeah. That's some, like 2
I
years
guess
old.
my parents were just throwing it back to
Yeah,
the
they're
old
just like,
days.
Yeah.
Day 1, day 2, day 3. That's
Yeah,
what I
well,
call
I guess
'em.
we'll give him a name.
Day 9, day 10, you get a name.
Yep.
You're still alive?
All right.
Dang.
Yeah.
Day 10.
We got us a trooper here. Yeah. What's the are we through the designer names stage? Like
Define designer.
Jiraxton.
Oh.
That's
or-
kind of cool name. Did you just
Well,
come up with
I
that?
did.
Sure.
It just popped it
That's
up. Right
really
there.
cool.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
kind of like it.
Yeah. Well, there you go. You
that
can
was
have that
from-
one
It
for
reminds
free.
me of
That was from
dinosaur,
the-
but also like a cool Jackson.
Yeah.
You know, like Jiraxton.
Yeah. Jackson. The where you take parts
Depends
of
on how old you are.
Yeah.
I think.
Like,
Well,
I think it comes with
nothing is
age.
beyond.
I think you-
if somebody says anything about it, then they're the bad guy.
well, I know.
Yeah.
I know. But
I think it's the younger crowd.
well, yeah, no, it is the younger crowd for sure. But I'm just wondering if we're through that because, like, we kind of went a little bit traditional with our names. Wyatt and Walker are my kids, but like they have a lot of people in their class that have non-traditional names.
Yeah.
I'll put it that way. I wonder if we're through that stage yet.
I don't know. I won't have kids, but if I get a dog at any point, his name's gonna be Kevin. If it's a guy dog.
That's funny because my wife is named Kevin.
Yeah. Yeah.
True
really.
story.
No, true story.
I'm dead serious.
Wait, whoa.
Yep. Yeah.
And my dog is named Stella.
That's the funny
and,
part.
and you're petting her.
She's all over us over here.
Is she over there?
She was. I think I pushed her off for a minute.
I think she's ready to go.
She just gets
She's,
love where
she's
she can
ready
get
to
it.
get some
That's
food.
why I want a dog.
She's the best.
The most unconditional love you'll ever get.
You're,
in your
you're
life.
looking at
true.
the best right there.
Oh. I'm not looking at her now. I don't know where she is, but
Yeah, wherever she went.
she's tired.
She's somewhere around
She's
here.
gonna go sleep.
Yeah, me too. I like sleep.
If I could sleep and lick my own butt,
Yeah, wouldn't leave the house, man. Yeah.
Y'all have work tomorrow?
Well, I do, but I'm a sales guy, so like whatever.
Yeah, I'll be up here in the morning.
Up here?
Yeah.
Working out of the homestead? Okay.
Working. Yeah, I work on the next little room over.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Well enough.
Jamie and I love the
That's what I
Mexican
do.
restaurant here. Maybe we'll have lunch and then come see you or something.
Yeah.
The
Over here or on 69?
On 69.
oh yeah,
Little
Florentina's.
taco place right here.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty
You
good
know
too.
that?
Mm-mm.
Shoot, go down there.
They've got
Dude, swing
birria
by.
tacos.
All right.
It's the spot.
I was telling Tony, well, I guess I tell everybody this, but when you find a Mexican restaurant that sells hamburgers, get you one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I agree.
Get you one.
I got a torta.
I like
the other day.
tortas.
Yeah,
Tortas.
man.
Tortas. It's like that's a big.
Yeah, about
big.
3 doors over.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
huge bun.
Yeah, well, that's what
On the
that's
tortas.
That's what a torta is.
Yeah.
like a big-
See, I've had some tortas, and you wanted to get into hot chicken. I've had
Yeah, I
some
don't remember now.
tortas.
We had hot chicken today.
Oh my god,
Still kicking my butt.
Yeah, well, we'll just wait. Just wait.
I've gotten some tortas that have like 4 different kinds of meat:
Okay.
chorizo, hot dog. I think one of them came from Blue Ridge. Matter of fact, on the square, they have this old Mexican place.
I had
Or
a
new Mexican place, actually.
I had a muffaletta today. That's a
Dude,
yeah.
that's my favorite
Yeah, yeah.
sandwich.
It's so good, man.
I
It's so
had-
good.
There's this
With
place
the olives?
in New Orleans.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
tapenade
Oh, yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of thing. Yeah.
There's this place in New Orleans. I guess they're like famous for it.
Yeah.
I get it every time I'm in New Orleans, and like, it's so good. Like during the pandemic, they were like, I actually ordered one to send to me. It cost me $70 for a sandwich.
It's
but
worth it.
yeah,
it's
it
worth
was
it.
Great.
Through
when
whom? Who'd you order that through?
I will look it up.
when I got COVID, my commander sent me a sympathy pack from Cat's Delicatessen in New York, and it was
Oh, yeah.
it came through strong, dude. It came through with like dried ice.
No
and stuff.
fuzz?
What's that?
For real?
Yeah.
Central Grocery
Oh,
in
okay.
New Orleans.
Huh.
Dude, that's awesome.
Man, I would do like a super duper lobster roll from time to time.
Dude, those lobster rolls we had in
Yes.
Austin, they had
Yeah.
a Texas roll, and it was a traditional lobster roll, but they finely diced a jalapeno in it. Dude, it's brutal. It was so good.
There is something about the bread and the butter and the lobster and everything that goes into it that
Yeah.
just,
Which is funny because I prefer crab to lobster.
I do too, but
yeah.
there's something about that lobster roll.
Yeah, absolutely.
it all works
It does.
in a way that's fantastic.
I find fascinating about Mexican food is that you can have a tortilla, rice, beans, avocado, lime, pico, and make so many different things out of that.
Or you could just mix it all
It's-
together.
It's like the
I know.
Jim Gaffigan bit. He's like, I used to work at this Mexican place, and you know, he'd give people the menu, and they'd be like, "What's a tostata?" You know, he's
Yeah.
like, "It's beans, you know, your choice of meat, lettuce, and
A
whatever,
tortilla.
A tortilla."
Yeah.
And they're like, what are nachos?" And it's like meat, beans, cheese, and your choice of tortilla, or whatever.
Yeah.
What are enchiladas? It's beans, meat,
Yeah, wrapped in a tortilla. Yeah.
in a tortilla.
But they're all so different.
Yeah. Jamie, we were just talking
What's
about
Italian food
muffalettas.
too?
What?
Italian's
We
the
were just
same.
talking about
Yeah, all
muffalettas.
food really is the same.
Oh, dude, buffalo.
I'm a big fan, dude. I'm a big
He
sandwich
had
fan.
one today.
I like so. Only thing I know about when I hear muffaletta, I hear olive.
Yeah.
Right.
Olive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
I
It's
get
an olive sandwich with
most
some
of-
meat on it, basically.
most of our band, they can't stand olives.
I love them.
Right. So I'll
Take 'em-
order-
Kinds of them.
Most
I'll
of
order
our
a-
band.
they
not
smell.
me.
They smell like scotch, like peat scotch.
I love
to me.
olives, and I'll order a pizza, and I'll get olives on it just to keep people from eating my pizza.
That's a
Yeah.
good move.
That's what we call a
good move.
pro gamer move.
Yeah.
You know?
I know it. I guess I know what I'm doing. Sometimes,
yeah.
You know?
So I love all olives.
I spit on my pizzas.
That doesn't keep
I'm
anybody
traditional,
away. Yeah.
you know. I'm traditional.
I love all olives. Black olives are my least favorite.
Okay. I loved black olives as a kid. I can't stand them now.
I
Yeah.
only like them on pizza or like
Yeah.
a sandwich.
Yeah,
like
that-
I'm not
me
gonna
too.
eat.
I'll
a
tolerate
black
them. I'll order them at Subway.
They're,
I don't like them, but I'll order them at
I get them.
Subway.
I get
don't
them at
know why.
Subway. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
know
I
why.
do
Gotcha.
too.
Same. There is an olive called a Castrolvania olive, and they're very bright green, and they're they're like buttery tasting.
Yeah.
Dude, I
Seed
will.
in it?
You can get them either or. I prefer them with the seed.
Yeah.
And-
Eat around it. You gotta be careful.
Yeah, you gotta be. Yeah.
It'll break some teeth.
I
You're getting too
got
old for that.
veneers. I got
Did that in
veneers, brother.
Spain.
Oh.
Yeah. What's that?
I would just say we had the olives with the seed in Spain.
I get them all. I mean, I get them all the time here in Whole Foods in
Yeah.
Plano.
I think Spring Market sells them actually.
Dude, quit checking Celeste is
Yeah.
number 7. They've got them in the olive section.
What if you're going to the chair? What's your last meal?
Mm.
God, what'd you guys
I'm
do?
just gonna go steak and asparagus because
Okay, fair.
I don't know,
That's
man.
good.
I mean, it's just
I'm close on that.
I had tortellini last night, which is great, but
Yeah.
I used to like ribeyes. I'm out on ribeyes now.
Too fatty for me.
Yeah.
I'm a New
which I
York
used to
strip
love.
guy.
Yeah, I've been loving strips
Yep.
and filet mignons. Gotta have probably mashed
Loaded
potatoes
baked potato.
A loaded
or,
baked potato
or
for me.
baked potato, side of shrimp,
Okay.
12-pack of beer.
Yeah. Yeah.
you know what? Let's steak and shrimp or steak and asparagus. I'm out. Just give me the 12-pack.
We-
Miller
yeah.
Lite,
Do the
I'm
beer.
out.
Do the beer first.
Yeah. So I'm probably a New York strip, medium rare, loaded baked potato, maybe a second
answer.
side of fried okra. But prior to, I want like a spicy Caesar salad.
Why would you not go ribeye?
I don't. It's too fatty for me. I
You're
don't
about
love
to
fat.
die.
I'm with you.
I don't.
You're about to be killed.
It's a texture thing, man.
It doesn't.
I-
You don't like the
I'll get it.
flavor.
I
Like,
love
can you
the
not put
flavor.
the fat in your mouth and
Nope.
Nope.
enjoy the flavor
I
and then
can.
spit
I
it
can.
out the fat?
Can't
with
do
you.
it. Can't
Oh
do it.
my god!
If I would love a
that
ribeye.
is, I would argue that
I'm
was
with you.
one of the best flavors of food
It
I've
is.
ever tasted.
Great flavor.
Is just the grilled charred fat of a
That
ribeye.
makes me gag. I was just talking about
I
it.
know, dude. That's
It
why.
is- Oh my god!
That's why I like Wagyu sirloins because it's typically the leanest cut of beef, but Wagyu is so rich in fat that I go with a Wagyu sirloin.
Yeah.
I would love a
That
ribeye for
fat
my
off.
last meal if you trim every bit of fat off of it.
Yeah.
Like that
And give me
charred
what's
fat,
left.
On the same
like
page.
the
Yeah.
char. Oh.
If I get a piece in my mouth, I'm done with my meal.
Yeah,
I'm
not that bad, but I'm like, yeah.
There's I understand like there's that hard fat,
No,
but then there's
even
that gelatinous,
Yeah.
like bone marrows, like
yeah, but it's
texture,
different. And I will say,
so it tastes so good,
I had
so much flavor.
menudo for the first time.
Yeah.
Right. And you gotta
Don't
say,
church it up.
no, I have to because no, I didn't. And let me
me over here.
let me tell you why.
What's up, Bonnie?
In the valley, when I say menudo,
Yeah.
my friends will go, no,
You don't know
you
menudo.
gotta say it like Spanish. Anything. If
Okay.
like if I say tripe,
I'm
they're
busting
like
his
"Tripa."
cojones here.
Yeah. Anyway, have menudo for the first time. All right. And
Menudo.
my friend was like, she said, you need to try the cartilage. And I was like, that's not my jam. You know, like I don't like that. And when I think of cartilage, I think of that if you don't devein the chicken breast and you get that tendon in there. Oh,
I'm down.
I'm done. No, it was like a marble size, and it melts in your mouth like butter, and the flavor was good. I actually ended up really liking it. Now the tripe I could do without,
Yeah,
but
not your favorite.
it's like spongy.
I'm starting to second guess my last meal.
Okay, go
Might-
for it.
might
It's
just-
okay.
might
You
might
can
just
get a
give me some-
mulligan.
You might just give me some pizza. Just
Dude,
Taco
Neil,
Bueno.
tacos, maybe some tacos from Taco Bueno, maybe a homemade pizza because I know how to make a pizza.
Some ramen noodles.
I love ramen.
I do
noodles,
too,
man.
dude. I will mess up some ramen noodles.
You throw a little.
I
egg,
church them up.
Throw a
Yep.
little egg in there.
Yeah.
You don't need to do too much.
And some
No.
hot sauce.
I don't need the pork belly
get-
ramen.
No,
stuff,
no, no,
you know?
no.
I'm gonna
Nope.
share a spot with you, a place
Okay.
in Addison. I showed you
Yep.
James the other day. Solid spot.
Like
This
a
place-
ramen place.
This place is one of the prettiest foods you'll probably ever eat, but nasty ramen place. Yeah, Yeah.
Nasty is good.
nasty ramen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Matthew changed my life. He took me to Shuck and Jive over there, and we had wings fajita style. Is that right?
Onions and fajita. Yeah,
Yeah,
fajita style.
dude.
Mhm.
Shuck and Jive in Dallas
And Addison,
in Addison. Okay.
right over off Beltline.
Beltline,
Yeah.
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 That's a hot area. That's Restaurant Row.
That is. There's Restaurant Row. Yeah.
I haven't been there in years, to be honest.
So when I
it
started
still
working for
poppin'?
yeah, it's still there.
yeah.
Yep. It's still
They
there.
used to have
Shuck and
Chaucer's.
shuck and puke.
Is Chaucer still over there? It's a
Used to be right there at-
sushi restaurant.
Yeah, I haven't seen a Chaucer's in a while.
They used to
I
have.
worked for a Chaucer's for a month of my life.
They had $2. You call it Tuesdays.
That's why I quit.
Matthew,
because of that
I was like,
night?
all right, I'm out of here.
Matthew,
Y'all were probably in the same spot.
I clocked in. I was like, all right, I'm out. $2, you call it.
Yeah.
See ya.
That was where a
It's
broke
terrible.
boy would go get his drink on in a richer part of the neighborhood.
we
I worked at a different one, but yeah.
we went to this Brazilian steakhouse once in Denton, and
Yeah.
they had like $2 Crown and Cokes. And Matthew and I, we hung the receipt up because we went through like $100, but they were like these little singles, and we just pounded like Crown and Cokes all night. There's a picture of me, and I'm like
When
cross-eyed.
it was back when you spent $100. You spent $100.
Yeah, like we
you
felt
went
that.
a long way.
Yeah,
That doesn't go the same
No.
distance anymore.
no,
My
but
God.
dude, we were like, how did we get home? You know, like it was like
Uber wasn't around back
no,
then.
it was like time travel mode.
Oh,
man.
we Ubered.
Yeah.
Oh,
We had
yeah,
to call
no,
up, phone a friend.
We walked across a creek, I think.
yeah, man.
I think we walked across
we
a
did.
creek.
We didn't drive, did we? Yeah, we walked. I had like slacks on from work.
Yeah, my apartment was like right behind the shopping center,
Yeah, Walmart.
Denton.
Yeah.
The Walmart was a shopping center.
Yeah. Yeah, we
It
were
was a Best Buy shopping center.
No,
but
that was
the
when we were at
restaurant-
Stockbridge.
Oh,
That was when we lived together behind Walmart.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah. Denton, Texas. Good times.
Nearby. Yep.
Yeah.
I went to school there for a little bit.
Did you really? UNT? Yeah, I did too for a minute. Like
did a
literally
year.
a minute.
Are they still? I haven't heard.
4 years here.
There
Did you
go.
graduate?
Graduated,
Hi,
yes.
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Eagle Claw.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still a thing. They're still people still
They're
going
still
there.
kicking.
Yeah, they're still kicking, man. Just putting out like I was deployed with a guy that's he is a professor of music up there. He's got his doctorate. He plays saxophone, and but he's in the National Guard in the National Guard, and we deployed with him to the border. Yeah, and he was. I'm gonna tell you, we were like, oh, we're here with the band. Let's see how these guys do. Awesome. Very not scared to get into fights. Yeah, it was crazy.
On key.
Yeah, he's very on key all the time.
Like, what would instigate a fight though? Like, man.
If you tried to catch somebody and they didn't want to be caught,
Okay.
you know.
There's somebody.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
We actually thought we were going to get in a fight today at the golf course.
No, at Webb Hill.
With the guys playing in front of you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can we bleep out Webb Hill?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
No,
a
that
ninja.
was rough because I'm a very both of us.
Hold
we
on.
Don't, we
Hold
don't,
on. Was it the guy-girl combo?
No.
Oh, did you know them?
No,
well,
I don't.
Oh, I just saw them teeing off when we made the turn.
Yeah.
no, this was I don't know. You could probably explain it.
They
better
look
than
like they might have been playing fast or something.
Yeah, I never saw them, but we were on 17 today, and Jamey hit a shot, and it went a little left. And all of a sudden, this dude steps out of his. We saw a cart up there. It's like, that ball's not even close. This dude steps out of his cart, just like starts cussing us, and we're like, whoa.
Calm
Yeah.
down there, fella.
Yeah, so we apologized. Like, hey, we didn't realize it was that close, and he keeps going on, and we're like, man, we're only gonna say sorry one more time, and then
Yeah.
it's about to get real. Then we realized it's our buddy Joe. So he was just messing with us, but
Nice.
it was like, because I mean, we weren't close
You're like,
to him.
you're about to catch this 4 hybrid.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
It was one of those points where it's like, man, this is where we come play all the time, man. Man, I ain't trying to get no fight on a golf course, man. Everybody's out here to have fun.
I'm here in my work clothes.
But you done pissed, you done
It's Tuesday.
you done pissed me off.
Yeah.
At this point, like
Yeah.
now you're like making a big deal of something that didn't
It's
happen.
not a big deal. Yeah.
But it was
fine.
our
Yeah,
buddy.
we thought Joe left, but he was actually up there doing homework.
He was. He was trying to. He's got to go to class at 2:00, and he was doing homework in the golf cart. He left us, so it was 16,
Yeah,
He stayed on 16. and then we played 17, and we were coming back around on 18, and then I guess my 18.
Yeah, but you weren't even close.
It wasn't that close, and that's why I gave him the last.
Yeah,
hey
which he was
man,
just messing
I'm
with
gonna
us,
give you
so.
one more. I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was that close to you. But if you Make a big deal out about it. You're about to get a
We're
MF.
about to go redneck.
You're
on
about
it.
to get an MF out of me, and I'm about to go hard.
I want to talk
But
to you
turn-
very sternly.
Turned out to be our buddy who was still sitting there
Fire
doing
off some
homework.
nasty emails.
Yeah, I don't do that, but
I wish I was better at golf. I really do.
Me too.
we all do.
Oh yeah, and it really doesn't matter how good you are. You wish you were always better, you know.
Always.
But I am terrible.
Tiger Woods
If no
wishes-
one's confused.
Tiger Woods wishes he was better.
Absolutely.
Like Matthew and I were talking, it just takes one shot to bring you back.
Yeah, that
He sunk a
45 foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
45 feet today. First hole.
I played the
How do you
Cowboys
know
club.
it's 45 feet? Do you have a
My buddy
rangefinder?
Lance
Okay. Yeah, Lance.
walked it off.
15
Okay.
paces
15
for Lance.
paces.
Okay, that's 45 feet.
That's
I
pretty
said
close.
Lance, that was
Pretty-
40. He goes, it was 45, dude.
Dang.
That's pretty accurate.
I was like, that was 40. It was the first hole, back fringe, and I don't know, you probably saw where it was today.
Yeah.
It was pretty solid.
hole one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I,
it's, like before 9 a.m.
Yeah.
That's-
Well, you signed in at 8:43.
You saw when it was, yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah, it was
I
like-
signed in at 9:13.
He said 9 o'clock, and we're on the first hole by probably 8:50 or so.
Yeah.
Golf.
Yeah. Let me see when I text.
I played the Cowboys club.
Yeah, I
a few
saw
mon-
your message late.
a few months
late in the
before I deployed, and like I said, I don't hit a driver. Right, everything's 5-iron. And one of the holes, I can't remember which hole. It's a little bit of an elevated tee box. It's pretty wide open. It's a good hole, and I grabbed my 5-iron. The whole joke is every hole I'm saying, this seems like a job for the 5-iron, you know? And I get out there, and I stroked it 275 yards with a 5-iron. Yeah, I got a good bounce. I mean, it was, but it wasn't like hit the cart path. It was just a good, solid hit, and we ranged it, and it was 275. I was like,
Jeez.
not bad, right down the middle.
Solid. Dude.
You know?
That's
Yeah.
It'll keep you coming back.
It does. And the next 7 rounds were just atrocious, but
that is usually how it goes.
yeah. So my brother-in-law is a really good golfer, like a scratch golfer, and I went down to play with him, and I forgot my clubs, so I rented a set, and I rented the Callaway Maverick set, and I had a legit, 87.
Nice.
Like, I'm a 110 golfer, right? And he was there, and he was like, dude, you were, and I was like, yep. And I went home and bought the Callaway Mavericks. Now, I haven't had another round like that, but,
Wow. Yeah, but Jamie and I, we always just scramble. It's like, I don't care about playing my own ball.
no.
We make up
That's
dumb
what we did.
rules too, man. We make it fun. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
ain't trying to go out there and get mad.
I hit every branch I could today.
Yeah. There's a lot of branches out there.
I was like, Lance, there's 100% there. There's 10% with branch. I hit the 10%.
yeah.
I said, Lance, next hole, I'm going to start betting I'm going to hit a branch. Then I won't hit a branch.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the only way I can't hit a branch. But it didn't matter how open it was. I hit the branch.
So you-
That was
So
my
you-
day today.
So you just got back in. You said this is the first time in a year. You played?
I played back in June, but I play
Okay.
once a year. In June is
Well, you
when I
should play more often. Then.
I know.
Just come out with us.
No.
Go play golf.
Friday morning before we go to Little Rock,
Yeah, right.
we'll show up to the whiskey show in our golf
Hey,
clothes.
bring your mics.
Let-
We'll go sit in the
let-
back
let's-
lounge of the bus.
We'll do it. So
Yeah, down.
We got. Oh, never mind. I don't know what we got. I'm an idiot. Sorry.
any cool shows coming up? Any ones you're in particular looking forward to?
What's the future look like?
We're going to California in
Where?
November.
If you say, "Oh, Redding's cool, dude,"
North San Francisco.
We're doing San Francisco. We're doing
That's
L.A. We're doing
crap hole
San
now.
Diego.
if you say Pismo Beach or San Luis Obispo, I'm there.
Love San Luis Obispo.
Yeah,
mean,
I lived
that's
there.
hard for me to pronounce. But
Yeah. We lived in Pismo Beach. My wife works in San Luis Obispo, and I worked on the base at Vandenberg, south of Pismo. I love the Central Coast, man.
Yeah.
It's my jam.
Well, our favorite place is Morro Bay.
Morro Bay, dude, is badass. The big rock.
Nobody knows about Morro Bay. Can we bleep out Morro Bay so nobody
It's
knows
still
about it?
no one else will
Jamie and I
know
were
about it.
literally- We were looking up, we're just going to be garbage collectors. up
Dude,
there.
I
It's
would
like,
I would do a city job in Morro Bay.
Well, it's funny you should say. So
Just make a living.
Yeah.
we were
and
in
exist.
Pismo,
Yeah.
walking. My wife and I were taking a walk after work, and we were in Pismo, and we were in like the city park, and we came upon a guy who sadly had like a heart attack, and he was on the ground dying, and we called 911 and did all that, and the firefighters showed up, and afterwards I was like, not a bad place to be a firefighter in here in Pismo Beach, California.
Wow.
You know, like, geez.
Had lunch there.
Yeah, on our recommendation, I believe.
Yeah.
The
Where's-
cracked crab.
Where's Pismo?
It's just south of Morro Bay. Like,
Okay.
so that's like the 5 beach area, right? There's like Pismo
Okay.
Beach, Avila Beach, and all that.
Okay.
It's in that. It's within like 10 miles.
Well, Morro Bay was a postcard town to me. Like,
Yeah,
it's
100%.
like Silver Town from Joe Dirt.
Yep.
You know, it's the postcard town.
Joe
like-
Dirte.
Oh yeah, don't try and church it up,
Yeah.
son.
Second time that's
Second
came up
reference today.
today.
Oh.
Weird. Well, there's been a lot of
He
synchronicity.
said that
today.
about 2 hours ago.
Yeah. So
Well, 3.
Yeah, Morro Bay was my favorite place. We literally said I'd stay here, man.
Yeah.
And I remember being so pissed off because we were in LA the night before and we had a day off. I was like, man, I've got friends in LA. I just want to hang.
yeah.
And it's like, we got to go to Morro Bay. And I slept in that day, and I walk off the bus, and I see just like the most beautiful thing ever. It's like, wow,
Yeah.
this is pretty cool.
That's cool.
If you ever get the chance, go to Hearst Castle.
Mm.
When I moved out there,
Is that in San Jose?
San Simeon.
Okay.
So it's on the way to San Jose. But when I moved out there, I kept asking people, I'm like, hey, I'm here for a certain amount of time. Like, what should I do? And people kept saying Hearst Castle.
Is that where the lady like kept building on?
No, that's the Winchester
Okay.
mansion. I had never been there, but I want to go. But no, Hearst Castle was William Randolph Hearst, who was a newspaper, like what would have been a billionaire in today's money. But all these people kept saying this, and I was like, sounds kind of touristy. I want to be a local, that whole thing. But by the 5th time I heard it, I was like, okay,
Gotta
maybe
try-
there's
do
something
to it.
I ended up going 4 times while I was there. It was amazing. So cool.
Is it like a legit castle?
Yeah,
Go,
like
go to it on your maps on your phone.
We
Yeah,
got
pretty cool.
so we
Just a-
play Reading, and then we got 5 days off, and then we play San Francisco. So Jamie and I were talking about just like renting a car and just like driving the coast.
what do y'all? Oh yeah, so I did that, and
I've
it's
done that
amazing.
too.
He's done it too. It's amazing.
Can we rent a car and rent a driver? Because I'm not driving and you're not driving.
Yeah.
I'll drive. I'll come out there and drive, dude.
I don't want to drive anywhere.
Yeah,
We drove down to Santa Cruz, skydived, and then drove back.
Hey,
Oh,
I'm down with skydiving.
Santa Cruz skydive. Tell them I sent you.
Man, I'm down. Did you go tandem or did you jump
Yeah.
solo?
Yeah, tandem.
I've done multiple solo jumps.
So multiple solos.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do. I've only jumped once, but I wanted to do solo. But it was like a extra long class.
It's
it
like
cost
the
more
first
money.
one's like 8 hours because
It's
you
an
have to have a ground
investment.
safety.
Yeah.
But
Tell them about your plane.
Oh, dude. All right. So the one. All right. Yeah. This is bad. Though I won't mention the company. It's a local company, by the way.
okay,
We showed up. This is my first time skydiving ever, and we were looking for the discount because I can't afford the
Yeah.
best skydiving company in the world.
that's
Then
one
you
you
can't
might want to
afford
splurge
that.
on.
Yeah.
Well,
Then you
know.
can't afford the skydive.
so we show up. They tell us to show up at like 9, right? They don't show up till 11, so they're 2 hours late to their own thing.
Appointment.
Right. Yeah. So when we get there and they're like, we're already ready to go, the plane won't start. So they have to jump it with a car.
Okay.
They jump the plane with a car.
You're like, that's my first indication.
Right.
Strike
was-
one, sirs.
I'm still down. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I've already paid for it. I'm ready to go. The girl that was packing our chutes, I saw her sneaking Coors Lights. She was drinking Coors Lights as she was packing our
man.
parachute. I was like, oh, man, you better give me one of those. And she was like, what are you talking about? I'm like, no, I saw it.
Yeah.
Give me a Coors Light because I'm going to need one for this whole
Yeah.
jump.
So I want to catch
Long
a bus
story-
before I die.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't worried about dying. I wasn't really worried about I was like, I'm not dying today. But eventually, they crammed 10 people onto a 2-passenger plane. There were like 2 seats, and 10 of us in it. And I swear, I was the last person in the thing. They didn't give us any like classes. There were no classes. They were so far behind schedule. It was ridiculous. We jumped in the pilot in this plane, get up in the sky. I'm the last one on the plane. I'm telling you, like, I'm not strapped in yet. I've got, like, I'm harnessed up, but I don't have a parachute on. And I'm the last one in the plane.
Oh,
and
closest to the door?
I'm closest to the door.
Yes.
Exactly. Closest to the door. And I'm telling you, I think I'm remembering this wrong, but I like to say that door was held closed with a clothes hanger.
It wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it was.
Yeah.
That could be possible.
So whenever
Yeah,
it
that's
was
totally
my,
possible.
I'm first one out of the plane, right? I'm close to the door. They tell me to turn around, and my biggest fear is that I'm gonna hit this handle, whatever is holding this door closed. I'm gonna hit it, and I'm gonna get sucked out of the plane.
Yeah.
It's not like that.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that. Turn around, got latched into my tandem instructor, quote unquote.
This door that's held together with hope and dreams.
It was.
Big
it turned out to be
spoon.
great, man. It was like
Big spoon.
I was there. I was there before the sun, or I was there before the sun came up almost, and ended up jumping at sunset. So it was beautiful, but I was terrified the whole day. I was like, these people don't know what they're doing. I don't know what's going on. I'm
I
just
couldn't have done it.
Well, it was it was terrifying, but it was also like that was
Pretty cool.
It was.
It's pretty cool.
So
I want
like-
to do it again. I want to do it again solo. The one guy that was with us, he had never jumped before. He was too big to
Yeah,
do
but
tandem.
have you had a dream of jumping solo and it messing up?
I've had a lot of dreams of falling, not jumping out of an airplane.
Have you had that dream of parachuting and it going
No,
wrh
Not parachuting. No.
Have you? Have you, James?
No. When I was going through to get my license and like jump 5, I packed my own chute.
Ooh.
And it was cool. During it, I was like, yep. I mean, they
Got
had
it.
somebody right there, like, explaining, and I packed it. And then it's like 5th jump. I'm solo and all this. And door comes up. You know, people go out. I'm a student, so I come out. I'm at the door. We're going through our sequence. And I'm like, did I pay attention enough? You know, like, and I was never scared jumping, really. But that one moment, it kind of, like, wiped my hard drive a little bit. And I was like, I don't know, bro.
It'll freak you out.
Yeah.
It's a different realm of of our understanding of, and the scariest thing to me, like when you're up there, you don't really know unless you're familiar. You don't know where you're going.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing.
That was the hardest for me, too.
The guy that actually he was too big to jump tandem,
So he had to go solo.
He had to go solo
the
for
big
his
boy rig.
first time. Yeah. He ended up landing in another property on a barbed wire fence. He
Yes.
like almost got smoked real
Yeah.
bad. And that was my biggest fear. When we were up there and we jumped, I was like, I have no idea where to go. Man, all these pastures look the same.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
You just take a swig out of something.
Yeah,
What's
that's a
Yeah,
really
it's
good one, actually, too.
Port finish from Woodinville.
I'll take a little taste.
Give me a sec. I'll get you a cup.
So the first time,
I don't need a cup.
he said he doesn't need a cup, Matthew.
Okay.
We're not in the pandemic anymore. We've all had it. Doesn't matter.
Well, doesn't alcohol kill
Yeah,
it?
Twice.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, you had it twice.
Yeah, Jamie and I both. We had it a couple weeks ago.
Mm.
The whole band,
A
actually.
couple of weeks ago.
Just
Yeah,
turned out I was really bored.
Or a month ago, maybe.
Yeah, we had to reschedule a show for that. That was my fault, by the way. You may listen, and the reschedule was my
Sorry.
fault.
Yeah.
My bad.
You heard it here on
Yeah,
the
12
Siren.
o'clock.
Yeah, you got a lot of
Exclusive.
exclusives
We
tonight,
did.
man.
We did. The first time I jumped, I had a little bit of butterflies on the way up. You know, you're watching your altimeter go up, and I was like, okay. And then the door opens, and I was first in the plane, so I was furthest away from the door. And, bro, when that door opened and people started bailing out, I was like, I don't know if I made the right choice here. But then once I got to the door, it was like, okay. And once I was out, I was like, this is for me.
Man, vertigo sets in. It's weird because you're like human. Your monkey brain doesn't understand.
That's exactly right.
The
Yeah.
difference of like length. I don't know, man.
No, I know. You get me on top of this building, I hate it.
Yeah.
I'll throw myself out of an airplane at 14,000 feet, no problem.
Just a couple days ago, I watched the guy, the Red Bull jumper, jump from the orbit.
Yeah.
He jumped from space.
Yeah. How dumb is that, you know?
It's
Baumgarten.
amazing.
It is
Hey, you know
amazing.
what? You tell me-
Baumgarten.
It is
With
Baum- yeah.
with
Felix
his name
Baumgartner.
being said,
Yeah.
Baumgarten.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, for giving his name. He
The dude has brass buttons, baby. Jeez.
If you offered
Man,
me that
did-
position, I'm in no physical condition to do
Did
that, but I
you
would
see
do it.
what
Yeah.
he was looking at? Did you see that he was
When
looking
it rolled, no, when the door rolls
Oh.
off and you can see the curvature of the earth, I was like,
And then the
Yeah.
curvature of the earth changes because of how he's falling.
Yeah.
It's so weird. It
And
is
he's
so
motionless too, just.
And he also says, "I don't think I can take it. I'm about to pass out."
Yeah.
Because he's spinning. He gets into a spin. That is crazy. He finally levels out, but he was falling at like 800 miles an hour or something
the
like
vertigo,
that. I don't know. I
the
may be
vertigo
crazy.
of that and the speed of that, it's.
I want to do it. I would do it if somebody said, "Hey, I'll fly you up to space and you could jump out." And I'm down.
Could you imagine
my
the
body
ride
can't
up?
handle
Like
it.
you've ridden the cliffhanger at Six Flags.
Hell no.
I love the cliffhanger at Six Flags.
Could you imagine riding
that-
that to space?
That's the one you drop
It's-
just a quarter on your knee, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I've done that once.
Yeah, that's the cliffhanger.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. The cliffhanger's gone.
Yeah,
They
that's-
removed that
Your
thing.
guts are in your throat.
Oh,
Man.
it was the most terrifying and terrifying sound.
Yeah.
The noise of that ride was just
What it blows your mind,
Bone-breaking.
like nature is insane, and we
Yeah.
don't understand it. Jumping from space is
Baumgartner,
Real insane.
dude.
Red Bull.
Have you seen the guy? He jumped without the parachute or took it off and landed without a parachute in the net.
No, I've
Oh.
seen like Travis Pastrana jump out and then like they caught him.
They caught him, put it back on. He
Yeah.
landed with a parachute. This guy landed into a net.
Free
You've
fall.
not seen
like,
it?
From,
Yeah, he free fall
Golly.
straight into a net.
Mm.
Like guided himself. You know, had helpers, and then at the certain time,
Talk about a
he
sniper
had to,
shot, right?
he had to flip his back and go straight back into it.
That's a sniper shot, right? Because if you miss, like, you could easily miss that.
It was a pretty. They had a huge net set up. The net must have been
Like a football field.
200-300, feet
Which-
or so square and big, deep, very deep net. But they had it set up to where he would get to a certain altitude, flip over, and just back into it.
Mm.
We were recording at the studio, and the owner he loved skydiving and stuff, and he told us, he said, "Yeah, I got a discount on my last parachute. Unfortunately, the guy before me, it didn't open for him,
Yeah.
so I got it for cheaper." It's like, I don't know if I would trust that parachute.
Probably buy a new one.
Yeah,
Just go ahead and splurge.
yeah. That's something you
On
can
the new
splurge on.
I got a cool picture, man. My old master sergeant. Oh yeah.
Oh wow, that's deep.
Yeah. Cranes holding the net up.
Golly.
My old master sergeant in the old unit I was in. He's a military free fall guy, and so he had his like new oxygen mask and all that, and he took this picture when he jumped out testing it and sent it to me. That's a cool picture.
Oh, yeah.
Man, he's coming in hot.
Skydiver going into a net.
Look at that. That's a cool picture, isn't it? Yeah.
I'm slightly jealous.
Yeah, I know. We should go do that. Let's do it.
I'm
Y'all,
down.
y'all three.
Oh, come on.
I'll jump. Hey, so I only grab.
Whatever, man.
Yeah, we're down to the nitty gritty in there.
I love Shiner in a bottle. I hate it draft because you never know if it's going to be flat or not if it's draft.
Agreed.
It's really hit or miss.
Bar experience, I agree. Cheers, guys, to the last minute
cheers.
podcast opportunity. That's great.
Yeah.
Are we down to 60 seconds?
Oh, no. Last minute podcast. Like,
Oh.
Last minute podcast.
Let's
Just,
throwing it together.
you know, it came
yeah,
together
yeah.
today.
But it
That's
happened
pretty cool.
naturally.
Yeah, that's perfect.
You know, we happen to be playing golf, and
That's how we like to do it.
Which is crazy because we've been since our first when we first came over here. We've been around the area. It's just never.
well, I mean, I was texting Tony a little bit while I was in the valley, and I really wanted to go see y'all in Corpus, but like I said, I came off mission, but I figured y'all were out on the road. I don't know.
well, we got a lot of time off.
I saw you
coming
over
up,
at the
so-
Cowboy game, or you were at least
Wait, yeah,
this past week. Were you there?
How well?
Good times.
I mean, I
Yeah,
know
it was
how
a win.
was.
It was a win.
we were pumped.
No, meat church.
Yeah.
Y'all hung out.
Yeah.
those guys.
Yeah. So I guess.
Yeah. How'd that go?
Great. He's a great dude. Like,
Yeah.
We've known him for a while. And we didn't even know that he was going to be there. So it was just like we were going for our tour manager's birthday. So
Right on.
we just all happened to be there at the same time. So
Yeah, yeah.
Which our tour manager's birthday, he ended up having to tour manage his own birthday.
Did y'all have a suite?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's good. That's always a good time.
Did they have
What is it?
smoked meat?
no.
No, it was
Disappointing.
no. It
the
was
meat church
it was,
guy was like, "What do I do with my
They just had
hands?"
the booth.
Yeah.
It was more of a Miller Lite thing, right? It was Miller
Was
Lite
it Miller?
Sweet. It was Miller Sweet.
Are they sponsored by Miller?
I don't
Y'all
know.
are right.
I don't
We
know,
are.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. I drink Miller Lite. That's what I'm drinking right now.
That is true.
Yep.
But
That's why he gave me the shiner.
not allowed to. Yeah,
Yeah,
not
you're
allowed
not
to drink
sponsored by Miller Lite,
No.
you peasant.
Yep. I know. But we were sponsored at least one show by Blue Bonnet,
That's true.
and we got smoked meat.
We are sponsored by 903 Broadband.
That's true. So
They
hey,
do-
we got sponsors too,
they
guys.
do right there.
Yeah.
You see it on the
I
backdrop.
think I used
903.
broadband.
Yeah.
Good. Do
Yeah.
you really?
I think so.
Yeah. See,
They're
coming
laying
in hot.
they're laying in fiber now. So
I saw that.
big things are coming to Leonard, Texas, baby.
that.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's a Leonard, Texas original.
You get me a gig of internet,
know?
I'll be happy, man.
Hey,
No
what's
kidding.
what's the meat place y'all used?
Blue
Or-
Bonnet.
Blue
Oh,
Bonnet.
is that
yeah.
in Trenton?
Yeah.
Yep.
I got some steaks from there. It's really
Yeah,
good.
dude. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Shout out.
Yeah, it's a little shout out.
yeah, we've been dropping names all night. Y'all need to get some
I know,
sponsors,
man.
man.
I know.
I'm telling you, you
Ross,
talk
Dress
about these
for Less.
companies, and you got.
Man, they don't give me 10% off when I buy a rack of ribs there.
I know.
Shoot.
As much as we've talked about
I
them.
know.
I also went through a little stage
Some
where
beef jerky.
I was smoking a lot of meat from there, and I would post it on the 12 o'clock Siren Facebook page. So we should definitely get some.
Oh yeah, I've bought like probably $5,000
Oh,
worth
probably
of meat there.
Yeah, oh, probably. Yeah, how many tri-tips have we brought from there? Speaking of
Ooh,
California.
Hello.
Hold on, y'all gotta cut this out and then sell it to them as a.
I know.
I did a tri-tip last week.
I haven't done one in a
From
while.
there.
We need to do that. It's been a minute for me.
I didn't see any Wagyu tri-tips.
Oh.
It was just
Interesting.
choice, which was
Oh.
interesting. They don't usually.
Yeah, they usually get the Wagyu. That's what we
Yeah,
do usually.
that's what I had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did, coming back from the valley, I did come back making tortillas by hand. I do that now. Yeah.
Nice.
Flour tortillas by
Wait,
hand.
like and what kind of?
Mortar and pestle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
that's what I was at.
No, a
Just read
molcajete.
your mind there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Molcajete is what they call it.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I roll it out and make my own dough and all that.
No, good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a aspiring Mexican cuisine chef. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm much better at that than packing parachutes.
He
It
calls
makes
it-
me less nervous anyway.
He calls it Adobe.
Yeah.
Wait,
Adobe.
hold on.
Adobe.
Wait,
Can you say that?
There's a subscription service for Adobe.
Oh, there is. See, that's another one.
The graphic.
The Photoshop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's where it's going.
Yeah, our previous episode we did the interview with we talked about graphic design
Yeah.
and I'm not smart in that.
Me neither.
I-
Jamey
I can't do
knows
it.
some.
Yeah, that's what.
We were talking about the technology hill
Yeah, it's
that we kind of missed, and you guys are within that hill of technology and learning graphic design, or
It's. I've lost
just
my mark. I'm a CNC machinist and graphic designer, but like old school. So like I can't keep up with the kids anymore, man. Everybody's
Right.
smarter than me.
Right.
I'm done. Like I'm done keeping up with the Joneses because I'm not gonna watch any YouTube videos about.
I will watch
don't
one
know.
how to plumb my house though.
Well, no kidding.
YouTube, yeah.
I wish whenever I had my 91 Honda
How to
Accord,
change
I had
my
YouTube
brake
to
light.
how to
YouTube's
change a
fantastic.
freaking alternator, man. If
Yeah.
I knew how to, if I had YouTube when I had my 91.
No doubt, dude.
Yeah.
I bet you could figure out how to put a system in that 91. You know.
Yeah, no, I tried to do it on my own, and I fucking
Coulda cut the
fried
frame
I
and
fried
lowered it.
something. I
Yeah.
fried some kind of electronics
Yep.
device, and I don't know what it was.
I know it, man. I like my cruise controller was out on my truck. Turns out it's just a fuse. I was like 2 years without cruise control. It's just a fuse, you know. Like, Oh, my Bluetooth won't connect. Just flip this breaker or whatever. You know?
What?
That's it.
Yep. Thanks, YouTube.
You didn't talk to
YouTube.
Alexa.
Another
enough.
sponsor.
I know, no doubt. I'll sponsor them. Jeez, they've helped me out a lot.
I have to label this a sponsor episode. We drop some names.
Yeah. We have.
Nobody is listening anymore.
No.
And they're not going to YouTube.
Yeah. Dude, there's a podcast I listen to called The Sean Ryan Show. It's a veteran-centric podcast, and I listened to a whole one the other day, and it was 6 hours and 48 minutes long.
Shit.
And I went through it the whole day. I watched the whole episode, one stretch. It was
Golly,
good.
that's
Just-
a long time.
it was
Constant conversation.
Yeah, but it was fantastic conversation. So
I feel like that just degrades. I mean, we're not talking about anything.
yeah, well, you know.
Anything important.
Which is what you guys could be listening to.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
you
you
listen
guys
to
should
a
be
real
listening.
podcast.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's,
good. I think my favorite to hearken to that. Like I think the coolest thing is like hearing people just bullshit, man.
Well,
Like
that's what they've determined, that there is an audience for it.
yeah,
You know, like
yeah.
if somebody's listening to this, they will look up things we talk
they
about.
they wish they were sitting right here, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I
Yep.
mean, like, I like podcasts where they're just talking because it makes me feel like I'm hanging out with my
Yeah.
friends, you know?
Exactly.
Which
Exactly.
we've believed for years.
Years, dude. Years. Matthew and I were talking about doing this before podcasts were a thing. And we always felt a little bit arrogant about it, though. Like, because we started talking about it way back when, but then I was living in Little Elm, and I had like a little, like a couch in my garage. We'd open the couch. I had like a living room in my garage. We'd open the garage and sit there and drink beers and talk. And we're like, but really, who wants to just listen to us like BS? But you know, we get 300 or 400 downloads an episode, and so some people do. You know?
I mean,
Bring
yeah, it's
somebody
like
on who's
familiarity,
interesting. People
you
will
know?
listen to that person at least. You fill in the gaps.
It's a little more relatable when people aren't trying to like push on something.
You're just having a discussion. You know,
This is 3 hours. Listen to it or not.
Yeah.
You know,
it's
Wait,
okay.
What we've been doing?
Yeah.
2 hours 45.
Oh God, I feel sorry for anybody listening to this.
Yeah.
I think what it is there's a certain kind of authenticity. Like if you look at especially like media driven type podcasts versus like regular traditional media, you know, you have like 2 or 3 minutes where people are shouting over each other trying to get their like political point across, or you have 2 or 3 dudes sitting in a room discussing something. That's so much more consumable to me than listening to Ben Shapiro and Don Lemon yell at each other about politics, you know.
Or we're gonna take a break right now. We're gonna put on our favorite.
Yeah,
Here we go. Here's your favorite pod.
exactly. Or this is Anderson Cooper, brought to you by Pfizer. And that was a picture break.
Pfizer
Yeah,
does
it's
sponsor
Picture
everything.
break. Sponsored by
75% of all advertising in the United States is medical. It's
Yeah.
pharmaceutical.
talk to me about that.
I think it's all
We can go.
garbage.
Hey, you want? We can set up multiple episodes about. You want to talk about the crazy gnome stuff?
Yes.
We can do that. You want to talk about that medical stuff? We can
All
talk
right.
about that. We got hours of talking.
Okay, then here's what I want to do. Every time y'all come off the road, we need an episode.
Man, I'm here all the time.
Yeah.
I'm here all the time.
Every time y'all come off the road, we'll do a monthly.
We could just be on the recap episode.
That's it, man. We're doing the gnome episode this time.
If you guys record on the road, give us a call.
Yeah.
Or coordinate it.
I never will. I won't take it. I take my video game system on the road.
What do you play?
Everything.
So you said your video
Specifically.
games system.
So all right, I've been a PC gamer, but I just got lucky and got a PS5.
We play a lot of golf.
I've never been a sports video game guy, but since I got in golf recently, I'm playing golf a lot. I like Elden Ring. I like nerd stuff, man. I like.
Me too. Skyrim. I played
Skyrim. Well,
Elder
Skyrim.
Scrolls. And
Well, have you played Elden Ring then?
I haven't.
God, well, you're missing out
I
on the
know.
best game, and there is.
I just bought my kids my kids. I was the one that was like, hey, let's go to Best Buy today.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I bought the new Xbox Series X or whatever,
Yeah.
you know.
No,
We kind of I got a little support issue on it though, man. It's not working right.
I like video games that come so far. Like I'll go hang out with the last few months, I've been hanging out with like random friends, on their weekends when they're not working and I'm not working. Video games have come to where like Jackbox, like Jack Party Box, like it's really fun to like you can virtually play games with your friends. It's like it's a virtual board game. Yeah, it's really fun.
We were playing golf when I was in Florida. We had the headset.
Yeah, no, like Tone went to Florida and I was in Celeste and we were playing golf over.
Dude.
We were talking to each other, which golf is not as fun for most people, but like there's a lot of other games you could play like Mario Party. Man, Rhett, y'all need Mario Party. Here, hold up. Let's schedule a day.
Jamie's getting passionate.
I'm gonna bring my Switch
Mario
over.
Party.
I'm gonna bring my Switch over here. We're gonna play some Mario Kart, Mario Party. We got it. We set it right here. You see that? See that? Where that siren sign is?
Hey, look.
We'll take that down and put down a screen.
Right there.
Oh, you got a screen right there. There we go. We're gonna play some video games.
Yeah.
That's fun. I feel like that's actually good. Like people would like to see people play Mario Party.
Well, that game streaming is huge.
It blows my mind. There are 16-year-old millionaires because they have a Twitch streaming thing.
Yeah.
It's insane.
But
So-
think about hosting some tournaments here.
Yeah.
Dude.
You got to host it. It's your place.
Right.
But I'll come play it.
I'll be a guest. I won't play the games, but
Yeah, he will.
Have y'all
That's one thing I was like, that might work.
yeah.
Hey, that's actually a legitimate. Like Leonard doesn't have no.
Of course.
Digital cafe?
not. Yeah. No, I was just
James-
saying like a one-day sort of deal, like
James
host some
figured it out.
big
Have you ever
in-person tournament.
you ever been on the Oculus Quest?
Man, VR stuff.
Yeah.
I got locked in some VR stuff. It blows my mind. It's a little too intense.
It's intense, bro.
kinda
I've got
like
one.
I do like I like Beat Saber. I like dancing. Like
Yeah.
I don't like to dance in front of people, but if I'm gonna
Yeah.
play like a lightsaber game that goes with music, bet your ass I'm gonna dance.
Dude.
Come on.
Oculus, so the new Oculus that's coming out that they haven't released yet, still being tested, but it's about to be fielded. Rogan had Zuckerberg on the other day, and he brought it, and they played before the episode, and they were talking about how like meetings, they now have like a virtual meeting space where like the new Oculus reads your face. And so like we could all sit here and do this, and they were like, of course it's not as good as live, but you even see facial, like in your avatar, you can see like if you make a funny face because Tony said something funny, then it shows it. And they were like, it's almost as good as being live. And that just blows my mind, dude.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
I think this whole entire generation, all of us that are alive right now, we've experienced. I've already mentioned earlier. I shouldn't even say it again. But this technological increase of, like, we're seeing things that.
Oh, dude.
I know now why my great grandmother didn't want to get Amazon. She's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Give me my magazines.
Jeff
Like, I mean,
Bezos is an alien.
Yeah.
But really, I mean, think about it, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy. He was.
He is an alien.
He is. Yeah.
He had a yacht traveling through some
The Netherlands.
Netherlands
Yeah.
with the bridge.
with the bridge. They I don't even know the story.
They had to.
Did they tear it down?
They had to take the bridge down because the mast on his yacht was so tall.
Did they actually tear it down?
I don't know.
No, I don't think they did.
Because there were massive protests against it, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, and I kind of get it.
Oh, I would have been. I think the protest was pee on his yacht as it goes through.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
I would.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for people doing whatever they
You
want
know
with their
Jeff
money.
ain't gonna be on the yacht, but
No,
You've heard the Dave Matthews story
no, I don't think so.
of their tour bus?
Oh, I've heard that. Yes, you should tell.
Did
I have it.
Did we talk about it last time?
I don't think so.
No. Dave Matthews Band, supposedly their tour bus parked on a Chicago River bridge and emptied their
Blackwater.
Blackwater over a tour boat
Oh.
that supposedly soaked the tour boat of,
doo-doo water.
Dave Matthews doo-doo.
Well,
Doo-doo water.
And it was called their music.
Yeah, it
I'm
was,
just kidding.
and it was called The Ants Go Marching.
that was fucked up.
I'm not a big Dave Matthews fan.
Well,
I'd
not
like to.
myself
I'd like to see him.
That being said, I don't think it was had nothing to do with Dave Matthews. It was definitely driver.
Yeah.
It was definitely the bus driver.
Oh
It had
yeah, it
nothing
was
to
the
do-
driver. The driver did. I'm not
Yeah.
saying Dave Matthews did.
Yeah, Dave Matthews never.
Apparently,
approved it.
whoever was
Dave
in charge
Matthews
of the
never
Blackwater.
approved of dumping his shit.
Yeah.
On,
But apparently that did happen.
It wasn't his bus.
They're like, ooh, crash into me.
Yeah.
What is this? Ooh. I need a
but
shower
there
now.
are probably also a lot of fans waiting to get dumped on.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, he's doing something right, I guess. You know.
Yeah, I think the bus driver was the only one on the bus when he actually dumped it.
Yeah.
Like I think
Definitely
it
on
was,
the bus driver.
He's just driving around,
yeah.
Did you hear?
looking for a place to dump the.
Oh, I'm gonna do this bridge.
He was like, "This looks
bridge
like a-
sounds like a great place.
This looks like a good grid of a bridge with people under it.
It just everybody got doo-dooed on.
Oh.
Dude, I'd been in a bind. I'd have been angry. You know.
I would go home.
Yeah. Dave Matthews gonna be paying me, son. You know.
It's that doo doo money.
I got that doo-doo money, dude.
Yeah, I actually read about that recently. There's a whole Wikipedia about the incident. So.
Really? I want to
Really?
check that out. I love Wikipedia, dude. I'll go down rabbit holes, bro. I'm like reading about Louis the 14th or something, you know. Like, you know, I know a lot about the Dauphine of France. You
Yeah.
know, like, what was-
But isn't it like anybody can edit wiki, right? So it's
I think they've tightened down on that now. I still don't think you can use it as a source in your collegiate papers, but it's a little bit more legit.
There
now.
was a point in time I looked up Tenacious D one time, and it said they originated from Leonard, Texas. Somebody from Leonard had put that in.
No
Probably Jim
way.
McDonald, I'm guessing.
I
That's
was
funny.
Like, wait, what?
that was we were talking about Bronco Bowl earlier. That was the only show I ever saw at Bronco Bowl was Tenacious D.
Oh my gosh!
Even more weird because the last podcast we did, we were at the Canyon Club
with American
and-
Head Charge.
with American Head Charge, and Jack Black on 420 was playing the Bronco Bowl next door to where these guys were playing, and they came on the tour bus, and me and you or Jim or whoever.
No, I was standing alone inside because they already walked me in.
We were on the tour bus, and
Yeah.
they're like, "Hey, can we? Anybody got any zigzags?" And I was like, "Yeah, I got a couple." And I was like, "Here," and they're like, "We're gonna go smoke with Jack Black," and I was like, "What?
And he didn't go?
Why am I not going?" But I was like, probably too
Polite.
to ask, or you know.
That's actually
But anyway,
respectable.
It's respectable, but they
Right.
should have said, hey, anybody got some zigzags?
yeah,
Come on.
yeah. However it went.
Yeah.
He's got. I don't do much YouTube. He's got a video game YouTube. Jack Black does.
Does he really?
I
He's
follow-
he does a good cameo in Last Man on Earth.
Oh, right on.
He's in there. Perfect cameo.
I gotta
perfect
check it out.
The perfect Jack Black cameo. When you see it, you'll be like, "Oh, you're awesome."
Yeah.
Yo, that's great. That's good.
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I like Tenacious D, too. I mean,
Yeah.
He's funny.
The songs are really
He's a
good.
funny dude.
They had an HBO special before they were
Yeah.
really big, right?
They did, yes.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, they had something going on. They had a comedy music act before that was the hot thing.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And who was the the dumbass Stephen Wright, maybe?
His buddy?
No, that's Kyle.
Oh yeah.
Kyle Gass was his guy.
Yeah. No, but we listened to some during the Mitch Hedberg era. We listened to some musical comedy.
Oh, Stephen Wright. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking.
Played
See the one that
guitar.
wore the hat? Like
I don't
the
remember. I
ball
always
cap?
listen to him on CD, so I don't know what he looks like. But he always played guitar. He was one of those guys, but he was really
He
funny.
had a song called "Craig Christ" about Jesus' brother.
His name wasn't Craig though. That's weird.
Craig.
Yeah.
It was just a funny song about, Jesus' brother that didn't get like the attention, the spotlight, and was always the other guy.
That's pretty genius
Craig
writing. though.
Christ.
Oh.
Yeah, he was funny. He has a bunch of good songs.
Oh, I feel like we're holding you guys up. We don't have anything to do.
Now I feel like I'm holding you up.
No, we're not doing nothing, man.
You're like, I got nothing to do.
Well, no, we're playing this week, but I think we're gonna play
Not till
golf
Friday,
tomorrow,
right?
maybe.
I thought we were taking off tomorrow.
Oh, no, good. I started playing with the right-handed glove today. I'm all right.
Okay. I mean, I'll play if you want.
Are you a lefty?
I'm
No,
a lefty.
No, I'm a right-handed.
You're a lefty?
But I've been playing so much, my right hand is actually getting a
A little
blister.
carpal tunnel, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's only 3 ways dudes get that. Golf is one of them.
Golf is one of them.
I didn't want to.
What are the other two, James?
Drums is
Golf,
one.
drums,
right.
drums, and typing.
All right.
I could
Good
name
call.
it. I could name a couple other things, but I won't put it on this podcast.
I think that's it. That's the only
We're
3.
gonna cut,
That would
we're
be
gonna
a
cut it
12
off there.
That would be a 12 o'clock exclusive.
Yeah. The 17th one tonight.
The 12 o'clock siren explains how you get carpal tunnel syndrome.
With Whiskey Myers.
Or calluses on your palms.
It's on WFAA next week. Yeah.
I gotta get approval by management.
Yeah.
I
Do y'all
didn't-
have to get approval by management for things?
I don't know, man. I don't talk about it. It's all good.
He said it's all good.
We're all here.
You just wing it.
We're all here. Dude, we're friends with y'all, so we live next to
Hey,
y'all.
we didn't talk about hot chicken.
Well, I don't even remember the bit I had about it, but I am a hot chicken aficionado,
TK,
like Nashville
you
hot
said
chicken
you
style.
had hot chicken recently.
Yeah, well, so I was in Nashville last week, and I had hot chicken twice, and it lit me up.
As good hot chicken will
Okay,
do.
I think I remember you saying that. Maybe we just.
But we've been going to this place called Bottle Cap Alley in Greenville, and they've got a
Yeah.
Cajun hot rub.
Yeah.
Or is that what it's called?
Yeah, dry rub.
Dry
but,
rub.
BCA needs to get on this podcast, by the way.
Dude,
If you're going to talk about BCA,
it's
I'm
so
talking about
good,
sponsors.
but
I don't
Bottle
know what
Cap
hot-
Alley,
it lights
BCA.
He's on that
I've
level.
been there. We had a really funny story from our waitress last time I was there. Or sad story, I should say. It was sad. It was very sad. It was really sad.
I went to New Jersey for some military training, and we had to stay on the base the whole time. So we had to use the chow hall. And the chow hall had a Nashville hot chicken sandwich that is still today the best one I've ever had in my life. And I was there for 3 weeks, and I ate it every day for lunch and dinner. I had like 72 Nashville hot chickens. It was ridiculous.
We drove to New Braunfels recently. On the way there, on the east side of 35, there's a place called Hawks Hot Chicken. Heard about it?
I've heard about Hawks.
Hawks. Interesting logo. Looks like a new fast food place of some sort. Hawks. Hot chicken seems to be popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
That's not where I
But
thought you were
Hawks,
going with
I'm-
this.
I'm interested to see where that goes.
So I come back one time, and I'm talking to Matthew about hot chicken, and he's coming back from a show in Tennessee, and he stops in Nashville, and he was like, dude, I just bought $100 worth of hot chicken.
I did.
And he was like, I don't know why. Like, I was hungry, and I just got everything that
I've
they
been
had.
working a show all day long. We closed the show, and I'm just heading out from Pigeon Forge. I drive all the way to Nashville, which is like 4 hours or so, something like that. And I just want to eat and get a hotel. And boy, I pulled off at the Hattie B's on the west side of Nashville on 40. Found a hotel. I bought $80 worth of food.
Well,
I sat in, and they served it in this massive cardboard box with bread on the bottom.
Yeah. Soaks it
and
in.
soaked all of it up. And I texted him. I
Pickles,
was
too?
like, I've eaten so much. Like, it was stupid.
Like, I kind of got grossed out a little bit. I was like, oh.
I ordered 2 sandwiches just because they're so good.
Yeah.
They're so good.
We figured out, like, because a lot of times we'll stay around Hattie B's, like when we're in Nashville, like the hotel's like pretty close, but the line's always so
That
long.
coleslaw.
Yeah.
So we'll call in and then you could just go in the side
Yeah.
door and just pick it up. We're not trying
See,
to
by
eat
that
there.
point, I just park and I wait and I don't care. I'm just
Yeah.
I've been driving for a while. This is what I'm ready for. I'm about to put down 4,000 calories.
Do you ever over order
in a
on
hotel
Uber
room.
Eats?
Oh my God,
That's all I do.
I bought 40 tacos from Jack in the Box.
The mini
he's-
tacos,
he's-
or were they regular
he's-
tacos?
He's playing it down. It wasn't even 40 tacos. It was more than 40 tacos, and we also had like 100 curly fries.
No, we got 20 curly
Dude,
fries.
no.
So you go to the Jack in the Box, you get the tacos. What do you put on them? Hot sauce? Like
I'm done.
that?
Actually, we're done with Jack in the Box.
Yeah, we're done.
Actually,
What?
Okay.
yeah. If they're not sponsoring this podcast, we're done with Jack in the Box.
Well,
Done with it.
we're right there with Jack in the Box.
Are we close?
We're right
Can
there.
we not talk shit
We're
about Jack in the Box?
sign with Jack in the Box.
both times I've gotten COVID, I had Jack in the Box the same week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't
there's
know,
no
it's
coincidences,
coincidence.
homie.
He's got PTSD with Jack in the Box, but
Well, I know
See,
a guy
I-
who
I
eats
do-
ketchup on his Jack in the Box tacos.
Is he dead
I
yet?
actually,
no.
I actually linked Jack in the Box with me turning 21 and drinking old milk. Yeah.
what the?
Yeah. So I turned 21, and every night I get off work and buy a different beer or two or three, and go home, whatever. And this one night I bought some tacos, a few beers, and I had some milk and cereal out of the fridge that I thought was good.
I get gaggy thinking about it.
So the Jack in the Box taco for me, I'm done with it. I can't do it. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, there's certain things that like
I can't.
man,
that's
you,
my thing.
you
I
hit
can't do
You
it.
hit a limit. And I
Yeah.
can't do it no more.
Foster's.
I can't do Whataburger.
Foster's beer. I was like, I'll buy this massive can of Foster's beer
Australian.
because I
from
just
BS.
turned 21.
Oh,
I can't
Yeah.
do Whataburger anymore. Same
really?
reason. Yeah.
That's a shame.
What?
No.
Because the 55-minute wait.
Yeah.
No, it's because of it's the only thing open at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
It's
and that's
pretty-
what I get.
Yeah.
And it's like you.
Then you've overindulged.
You're done.
and
Yeah,
You're done
yeah.
with it.
You also couldn't do cheese curds for a long time, and now you're back.
I
Oh,
love
God.
cheese curds,
Cheese
dude.
curds. I'd eat one right now.
Me too.
Or 15.
My first cheese curds experience was in Milwaukee, right?
Yeah.
That's a good place
Or
to have a
maybe
first
now.
cheese curd
Well,
experience.
it was
Milwaukee.
It's somewhere. in
Mine was in
Wisconsin.
Lubbock, Texas.
Milwaukee to quote Wayne's World.
Wayne's World, yeah. Milwaukee.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah. Full circle.
I was not down. I think the night before, I think I was getting, I don't know if I did. I was getting vodka shots with my beers. Like
That's
every beer I got.
That was Milwaukee.
Yeah, that was Milwaukee.
Which is Algonquin
vodka
for.
and your Stella.
The next day, like I'm not usually hungover. Like I know how to regulate my shit, my stuff. Already said it, doesn't matter. Beep. The next day I found a couple of our bandmates in the lobby of the bar area of the hotel, and they had cheese curds. I said, "Well, I've never had a cheese curd from especially
Wisconsin.
yeah, right. That's where you get them, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
My first cheese curd there, and I almost lost it in the lobby of the hotel. Yeah.
You also walked 7 miles in a blizzard.
not 7, but I did go to GameStop. I did walk to GameStop in a blizzard to go buy a video game.
You weren't planning a hate crime, were you?
Yeah. Those happen in Wisconsin too.
Was Subway your next stop?
I might have hit Subway. I don't know.
Dude, I love Subway, man. I'm a Subway
I
supporter.
think it gets more.
What happened to the $5 footlong? I spent $18
I don't know,
on a
but
footlong with a chip and a drink. The
Subway
other day. $18.
And the drinks
Subway-
are not good there. Like,
Good Lord.
they definitely normalized eating a whole loaf of bread for lunch, though. You know, like
$5.
I think the UK they deemed Subway's bread
not bread.
not bread.
Yeah, it's too much sugar in
It's
it.
too much sugar. They call it a confection.
Yeah, it's a
confection.
pastry.
Yeah, it's a
we
pastry.
actually had Subway in the UK that one time. You remember that?
Dude, in the UK, I'm down to get Subway because there's not much over there to eat.
Oh, see, man, I'd be
KFC. in the UK.
Burger
not-
King.
not good.
Ooh, I
Burger
couldn't go
King.
there.
Ugh.
I would never go to KFC.
There's a lot of Burger Kings.
I'd
Too.
probably be getting some curry or something in the UK. I don't
Well,
know.
that's
had a
all they
lot
give
of-
you.
Hell yeah, it's awesome.
I love it, man. I'm a curry guy. I
Me
love
too.
curry.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Thai, Indian, doesn't matter. I like it.
I found the best Penang curry in McKinney the other
Where?
day.
Really?
Yes. My wife's got the name of it. I wrote it down. We've gotten it twice now. Good.
I always get the
I
yellow curry.
love the Penang, and this place, one of the best I've had.
I always get the yellow curry because I like the potatoes.
There's a Custer and 380-ish,
Okay.
that area.
I'm a fan, dude.
Yeah.
Me too.
That's when I talked about over ordering on Uber Eats. I was in Fort Worth this weekend, and Friday night I was like, I don't feel like doing anything tonight, so I ordered in, and I ordered like a bowl of tom kha soup, and then like spring rolls and fried bananas and yellow curry and like Thai iced tea and a Coke. You know, I'm just like, I'm disgusting, but I love
My
it.
wife and I
embraced
go
it.
to multiple restaurants, so they're disgusted by how much we eat, or I eat anyway.
Yeah.
She just watches me eat.
And she's disgusted a
They're
little
disgusted by her
bit. Yeah.
watching me eat. You know.
Yeah.
We used to always do we like tacos and French fries, so we'd go to Taco Bueno, Taco Bell, and then across the street be McDonald's. And then we're
Go get the
Yeah.
French fries. Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
go get the French fries.
Do y'all do the apps?
Uh,
Dude, hey, get on the apps, man. You get so much free stuff
okay.
and like super duper deals. I'm sold on the
Really?
fast food
I don't
apps.
know, man.
I'm
It
sold
de-
on them.
It depends, like.
You do it if you do it often enough, and in the numbers you're talking about, dude. You
okay.
Well,
you get hooked up.
Yeah,
telling
Tony's
you,
disgusting.
You were dumb. You were dumb if you don't order on the app.
well, there's only
I'll
one
tell you that.
place.
Alright.
There's only one place where we stay that delivers, and I won't dog them on this podcast, but
Well,
Are you
no,
talking about when we're at home?
yeah,
I'm just saying on the road.
Yeah,
if you're,
yeah.
if you're on the road,
The
you're
road's
like,
different.
hey,
Oh, okay,
I don't know what your situation is. Maybe you're based here and you're going to McDonald's, but order on the app, you'll get hooked up.
Okay.
Or if you're like, oh, I'm going to be there in 60 minutes, I'll order there and have it ready when I get there, order on the app. You'll get hooked up.
You heard it here first.
That's
exclusive.
just my personal experience with
Yeah.
the apps. Like, you'll get free stuff. And if you're like, maybe I don't want anything, oh, that's free. Yeah, I'll take that.
too old for this app
And I'll
shit.
take a couple things else.
Extra 10 nugs. Okay.
Y'all have a lot of people you're working with, so
Yeah.
yeah, I'm telling you.
Hmm.
Do the
We'll
apps.
start getting on the apps.
Any fast food app, get on it.
When we
Get
talk
free
about getting
stuff.
on the apps, usually people are talking about like Tinder
Yeah,
and
Grindr.
Bumble. We're talking about like,
I'm
McDonald's
talking
and
about
Sonic.
Whataburger, Chick-fil-A, yeah, all of them.
Hey.
They're all giving you free stuff on there, Sonic included. That you're
I
not-
like
I ordered a Sonic deal today.
Right on.
Anyway, that's besides the point. That's just fat guy, fast food
Fat guy advice.
corner.
That's a new segment on the podcast.
Yeah.
Fat guy advice.
There's
Well,
a-
guys, I gotta call it.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
late.
We're
right?
at 3:11.
Oh, it's 3:11.
It's 3:11 minutes or
a good
3
band.
hours 11. Yep,
Has this been the longest?
Yeah.
it's one of them.
Yeah.
It's up there.
There
hope
might
it-
be
I'm-
another one.
I'm,
up there.
I'm sure it's pure shit, but
About,
you
about
know,
the same as our last one.
It'll get 300 or 400 listens. It's about what
Yeah.
it does. Guys,
Or more.
thanks for coming in, man. It's
Yeah,
always a
man.
good
Cheers,
time.
fellas.
Cheers.
We'll do it again,
Let's
man.
do it next week.
We're
We'll be
we're
here.
here always.
Uh,
so.
yeah. Then we will be doing Gnome podcasts and Skinwalker podcasts.
Hey,
and
I got some shit to say.
9/11 podcasts. I don't know. I'm now in.
Hell, we talked about 9/11 last time.
Dude,
I was
I
on
don't.
here.
I don't think we're being told everything. That's me.
We aren't.
All right.
Well,
Next time, y'all are gonna have to strap me in so I can.
Oh, you did
back
better
here.
today. No, you're not perfect, but you did better.
he didn't get mad at me for telling him to get closer to the mic.
Yeah,
You know, last
yeah.
time he got mad at me because I said, "Tone, you're not close enough."
Yeah, last night it was almost like you weren't here.
He was over there.
Yeah, he was over there. All right.
TK, Jamey Gleaves. Thank you very much, guys.
All
Thanks,
right.
guys.
Cheers. Cheers.